Boom! What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. We are here with Tori Jones and
I gotta
Leslie.
go. I gotta go. Two Lees in a pod just came on.
What's up, ladies? Hello, everyone. How,
Hello.
Hello.
how is your Saturdays going?
Good.
Yeah. How's your weekend, Tori?
Uh,
Uh-oh.
I don't have AC in the Tahoe again,
Oh, no. That's not
but we're
good.
getting it fixed Monday. Nah, it has a slow leak. We're pretty sure it has a slow leak, and they'll have it. They're fixing it on Monday.
Yeah, Gabe's got to bring his truck in, too. His is a fuse thingy. Well, it was the fuse box. They fixed it and then it went out again. So there's a short somewhere. It was suggested today that it was probably the compressor, which is what he told him to look at. But I don't know what they
Ooh.
did. With it. Yeah. So I think.
Hello, all you beautiful peoples. Everybody's yelling, "Hello, Tori! Hello, Tori!" So that's how I answer.
How you doing, Leslie?
I'm good, Lisa. I'm good. I'm good.
Good, good. Hello, everyone. How are you? I hope all your weekends are fun. Hold on, I'm getting messages. Hold on. What's happening? Uh oh. Okay. Hold on.
What?
I didn't know. I didn't know that, but okay.
Would
Hold
you
on.
not
Let me
know?
see. We might have some
I
visitors.
wanna know what you're knowing.
It'd be a surprise. Um, 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry.
Okay, I'm sending you something too.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
what in the whole thing?
I must have spaced something. God, what am I doing? I've been doing that for like 2 days now. But all right. So, Leslie, I wanted to ask you,
Yeah.
um, with the case that you with Jeremy that's
Yeah.
going on right now, that's like highly kicked into gear lately.
Yes.
Um, Originally, well, what I want, why I'm talking about this is because these other channels are trying to say that you're like papering the court now, and
Yeah.
it,
Which is
and
a complete bull. That's actually defamation. And if
yeah.
I actually wanted to file for defamation on that, this is clear cut.
Mm,
Mr. Coop and Tug have completely falsified the scenario for their public. Not only have
shock.
they
That's
falsified it, and I'm
shock.
going to say this with certainty, they did not give their audience an act. They didn't show their audience timestamp documents. They didn't show their audience all the documents. So
Right.
it is complete defamation with how they are reporting to their audience. So you know,
Right.
and I've given you all the documents so you can show your audience with the timestamps, everything.
Yeah. I'm just
AKA
looking.
Leslie said they're lying.
Oh, they're completely. No, listen, listen. This isn't even. This isn't a shade of gray. This is a bold faced lie, Mr. Coop. Bold faced lie. Tug and Megan is reporting on this bold faced lie, and I'm going to show you, and it's very simple. And this, what I'm going to show you, what Lisa's, I've given Lisa documents, are going to
Mm,
completely rebut everything. And this is going to be stated to the court. Not only is this going to be stated to the court, it's also going to be told to the court that Shockett's clients like Matthew Lewis are sitting there falsifying information for their audience. So when I heard this the other day, my husband put on their channels, I was so disgusted. My husband laughs about it because he thinks they're the biggest idiots he's ever heard. I mean, these people have no education in the law. And of course, I get my blood boils because I'm like, they're not doing this correctly. They're not even showing you the timestamps of the documents. They're not showing you all of the documents, and they're bold faced lying. And I'll tell you right now, Mr. Keith better watch out, or he's going to have a defamation lawsuit coming towards him, because what he's reporting is a bold faced lie on the case. It's completely false. But go ahead, Lisa. I'll show your audience with absolute proof.
well,
thing that the judge is going to say.
Well, so what happened was Michael was originally your lawyer,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And you put in a notice to withdraw Michael as your lawyer.
Yes.
And here's the order right here granting.
Look at the time. Look at the time and the date. This is what's important. You got to look at the time and the dates at the top of the document.
So it was filed on June 9th. This is the order granting the motion to withdraw as counsel. Now,
Yep.
what they've been saying though is that it sounds like the judge. What did it sounded like the judge said?
The judge wrote this order that said that I should get an attorney. So this is the idiocracy of Mr. Coop and his channel. If you guys go and you guys pull Orange County judges' procedures for the judge assigned to this case, and this goes for any judge, they have specific procedures to withdraw. Part of that procedure is the attorney must draft the order, not the judge. The attorney writes the order. And in the order, the attorney writes standard language that would be in any order of withdrawal.
Right.
Saying that the client has a right to seek counsel, and if they want to do so, they should do promptly. If you look at any order of withdrawal in any case, this is standard language, okay? And every attorney
comment that they said that you
no, this girl, I don't know who the hell she is on Mr. Coop, is going, it sounds like the judge is really leaning towards the fact that Lips needs to get an attorney. First of all, the judge doesn't give a flying fuck, excuse my language. Michael drafted the order, not the judge.
Michael actually sent the order in, and the judge just signed
the order. You fool, you female
that's
fool.
An idiot. That's these
fucking idiots. Okay, you want your audience to think that this judge actually made rulings in this order that would lead anybody to believe that I have to go seek an attorney? No, standard mother effing language in any order of withdrawal. You must put that the party has a right to seek an attorney should they want to, and if they should do so, they need to do it promptly. That
Michael wrote the order.
Michael mother effing wrote that. This order that this order that you're reading was written by my husband, and the judge
just granted it.
She just granted it. So first of all, debunked Mr. Coop and this idiot female on your station that's telling people that this order.
He spills the poop on Coop.
No, but it's like this idiot that's saying, oh, the judge, it sounds like she wants Lips to get an attorney. She needs to get an attorney. No, you fucking idiot. That is what any attorney must write in the order, and every attorney that's drafting the order, submitting it to the judge for withdrawal for the judge to sign. You flaming idiot.
Yeah, this girl lies about everything. She's tried to lie about me so many times with like.
No, but this is the idiocracy with these people like the Mr. Coops and the Tugs that in their audience listening to this bullshit. And like I said, I shouldn't get angry because to be in all honesty, that I have faith in the court system and I know what I'm doing. So to even allow me to get affected by this idiocracy, shame on me. But it is such idiocracy when these people are
the people. And there's one thing that I know that people have seen, I think, is that you like to educate people on the law. And you are a retired attorney. So you know the law. You are educated on the law. These people are not.
No, and this is why I said that I'm about to file UPLs and all these mother effers because they're totally miseducating their audience.
Yeah.
They have no right to sit there and explain a legal case and read legal documents when I don't even.
When have they pulled anybody on who is a lawyer or a former lawyer who's ever been educated in the law at all? When did they pull them on? I guess.
No, but this is what I'm saying. For people to listen to this garbage, it's like there's no words, honestly, Lisa. There's no
Megan and Tug who talk about it like all the time, like they know the law.
Let me get those motherfuckers into the courtroom, and we'll talk another game. They're not in front of their audience, okay? But anyways, go on.
Anyway, let's go back to this. So Michael drew this up. And the judge granted it. So
the
now
judge signed his draft.
Right. and Michael is no longer your attorney. You're representing yourself, right?
Yes.
So that was on June 9th. It was granted,
And what
right?
time? You need to know the time because that's
Oh
important.
yeah, at 10:28 a.m.
So
Okay,
write this down if you're following this. 10:28 a.m. on June 9th. Go
and
on.
then we have. I think I'm doing this in the right order. Then we have you. This is a notice to adopt all the filings made by Leslie Rodriguez prior to the entry of the order to withdraw.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
What time was this done, Lisa? What
This is
time?
at 10:53 a.m.
Okay, so this was done what, like 20 minutes after the order came in. And
Yeah.
so to debunk Mr. Coop that all Lips had to do was make one filing and adopt all these filings. Guess what, Mr. Coop dupe freaking poop?
Right.
I did, you idiot. If you went into the docket and you actually reported, truthfully to your audience, you will see this filing. What I
Right.
did was
Shit.
I knew that I had made filings before my husband was discharged as the attorney. I filed it because
Or
I
it
did
was
not,
granted. Yeah.
and it
Mhm.
was great. Yeah, and then I adopted it, which I'm absolutely allowed to do. So
So that she doesn't have to refile everything.
I don't have to refile everything. Okay, so I adopted all my 16 filings that I did. I adopted it once the order came out in this notice. And you will notice this notice is made 20 minutes after the order was filed. But go on, Lisa, go on.
Okay. So then the next one came in. I think this is the right order. Um, is at 5:43 p.m. Shockit filed something and says plaintiff's motion to strike unauthorized pro se filings.
Okay, yes. So then what he does was he's in receipt at this point that I did a notice to adopt everything, and
Right.
he contests it. However many hours later, like 7 hours later, he
Right.
contests it, and now this is the most idiotic move, and any court and any judge is going to be like, "Are you an effing fool?" Okay,
Okay.
because I'm allowed to make one filing and adopt everything I filed before the order was put into place. I'm basically telling the court I'm going to adopt all those filings. The reason I said this is to avoid having to all of a sudden file 16 more filings. Okay,
Right.
Shockett now contests this, and he's wanting to strike all my filings. He's contesting my notice to adopt. Go
Right.
ahead, Lisa.
So then the next one is at 7:11 p.m. Leslie files response in opposition to plaintiff's motion to strike
Yeah,
unauthorized pro se filings.
and this is what Coop and what Tug and nobody wants to air out in their. This is why they're lying to their audience.
Mhm.
I objected to his motion to strike, and in my motion, I said, "Shockett, are you a flaming idiot? I didn't notice to adopt all of my filings. I'm allowed to do that."
Right.
Basically, essentially, what you're asking me to do is refile duplicative filings of 16 filings, clouding the court docket, right? You're asking me to refile everything, cloud the court docket, when I already did one filing to adopt everything. And
Yeah.
I'm like, so basically I can test this. And after this filing, Lisa, just to make his dumbass motion moot and basically irrelevant, I just refiled everything. Okay? Refiled everything because I'm not going to sit through a hearing on this. Okay, if he doesn't want to accept my filings that I've adopted, I'll just refile them again. It doesn't mean I can't file them again. I can. But now the problem is now to the ignorant, to the idiotic, like Mr. Coops and Tugs and Megan's, who want to tell everybody I'm clouding the docket. Now it looks like I've filed all these duplicative filings. But if you look at what I did, I literally refiled after the dumbass attorney objected to me adopting it. Okay. So,
Right. So all you have to do is refile it. And
and
then
that's what I
like
did.
you said, it makes his whole strike moot.
It makes it a moot issue. It's not no longer an issue. I refiled it. So now
Right.
what they're trying to portray to their audience, which is complete defamation, complete false, is that I'm clouding the docket. I'm so frivolous. I'm just filing motion after motion after motion. And if you guys are watching this, you will see the only reason I did that is because the dumbass Shockett objected basically to
Yeah.
strike my notice of adopting. I
Yeah.
already did my one filing to say I'm going to adopt it. So this
Yeah.
is what I'm talking about. Anybody who's listening to the Mr. Coop idiot with no legal background, no ability to decipher and discern a legal docket.
And Socket knows what he did. He knows you're
Of
going to
course he does. And guess what I did after that? I sent him an email and I filed it with the court. I don't know if I gave you that. And I sent him an email and I said, you're not going to sit there and play manipulative with me, buddy. Okay. I'm going to tell the court when the court sees 30-some filings and you want to sit there and go, oh, she's a frivolous litigant. Look at, she's filing duplicative filings. I'm going to let the court see that I filed the notice to adopt, that I filed an objection to your motion to strike. And on top of that, you dirty mother effer, I freaking sent you an email telling you what the hell's wrong with you. And so when you want to sit there and go argue to the court that Leslie Rodriguez is so vexatious, she filed duplicative filings. I'm going to say, Your Honor, stop for a second. I wanted to take you to this docket number, and this docket number. I'm going to show you. I had no intention of making duplicative filings. The only reason I did is because Mr. Shockett objected to my notice to adopt all these filings.
Also, you did the notice of email over meeting and conferring over the motion to strike.
That's what I said. Read it, Lisa. Read my motion. Read that email I sent to Shockett.
Hold on. Here it is. Dear Mr. Shockett, as you are aware, I have adopted all filings submitted prior to the order to withdraw, and I am prepared to set the effective date of those filings as today, June 9th. I trust you recognize that I am fully within my rights to adopt my prior filings, provided the record reflects today's date. Your recent motion to strike these filings is entirely without merit. It is apparent that the sole purpose of insisting I refile already served documents is to unnecessarily complicate the docket and delay the proceedings. That's what I was going to say. You attempted to delay.
Yeah.
I've already agreed that the date of adoption for these filings will be today in accordance with the rules. Pursuant to my obligations, I'm seeking to meet and confer regarding your motion to strike. Should you refuse to accept the date of June 9th for my discovery request and persist in advancing this frivolous position, I intend to address your conduct in a motion to the court, including a request for referral to the bar. As you are aware, I am in receipt of substantial information regarding prior ethical violations and other serious matters, including your involvement in improper profit-sharing arrangements. I urge you to reconsider your position and accept the date of June 9th as the date of filing for my discovery request. Should you insist on requiring unnecessary refiling, I will have no choice but to bring your conduct to the court's attention, as it serves no legitimate purpose and only burdens the docket. Please confirm whether you will accept June 9th as the operative date for my filings or whether you intend to proceed with your motion. If you choose the latter, be prepared to justify to the court the rationale for this approach. And did he respond to that?
No, he never responded. So here's the thing. Now he's got his minions going out there like Coop and Tug going, oh, she just wants to cloud the docket with frivolous filings, duplicative filings. Well, as everybody can see, there was no intent to do duplicative filings. The only reason duplicative filings were filed was because this idiot named Shockett decided to object to my adoption of those filings, okay? Which I have every right to adopt those filings. So what did I do just to make it moot? I just refiled it. Okay, so, but unfortunately, the audience listening to Coop, the audience listening to Tug are going to sit there and they're going to listen to the garbage that I'm just clouding the court with all these filings, okay? But as I just proved, and these are court filings, you can go look it up in Orange County Clerk of Court under Jeremy Hale's case against me. You can go, his old public record, pull up the documents, look at the timestamps. There is nothing that we are saying that is inaccurate. You can go look it up on public record. So this is going to show all those who are putting their faith and trust in a Mr. Coop or a Tug, stop now. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Shockett is going to look like the biggest flaming idiot in front of the court, in front of the judge, when he attempts to argue that I filed duplicative filings. I already have everything set up in the court, and I will just direct the court to go to the docket number and to read everything, just like I did tonight.
Right. So there you have it, guys. For those trolls who are paying attention to Tug and Coop, there you go. So when these people are reading filings or anything from the docket, make sure you're getting all the information. Make sure they're not skipping over things.
They are skipping, not showing the complete record, and they're misconstruing. And I'm going to say they're bold-faced lying to you. Okay, so if you want to be snookered by a bunch of freaking cons, go ahead. But
Right.
Lisa just showed you full face the truth. If you don't believe us, go to the Orange County Clerk of Court, pull up the
Yeah, you
case.
guys can look this stuff up for yourselves. This is why it's like, why would they bother to lie and stuff when anybody can just go and vet it? The thing
It's
is, they
all freaking
don't.
public record, for God's sake.
Yeah, and the thing is that a lot of people don't. They just take their word for it, and that's what's a shame because then they start spreading shit around. That's what they've been doing this whole time. They're an echo chamber, and then you got like 5 or 6 channels doing the same thing to follow Hales' narrative the whole way. So
It's all a bunch of lies. It's all a
yeah.
bunch of lies, and it's a bunch of people that don't know how. They don't know how to look things up on their own, and they're just trusting in these people. But just what I showed you, that should be enough for you to question. If you are a follower of Coop and you're a follower of Tugger Megan, that should be enough for you to question what the hell are they telling me? Clearly, they're not telling you the truth. Okay, um,
Right.
they're absolutely lying to you, and they're taking you guys as suckers. They ask for their donations. So let them keep getting their $400,000 a year in their super chats, which I think Tug is at 350,000. Keep being a sucker. Keep being a sucker. But I'm going to tell you right now, you want the truth, go to the goddamn docket, okay, or go to Lisa's channel because she's going to give you the truth.
I try, man. I vet my information. I don't come on here, uh, just talking shit out of nowhere. I actually vet and look this stuff up, because I'm not a lawyer. I'm not educated in law. There are certain things I know because I've either gone through it or I've read about it and vet the information. But, it's not, it's just listening to them is just crazy. But
No, but if that example doesn't show the idiocracy and the lies that they're projecting out there, if you guys are going to believe what they're saying to you after what we just showed you, it's a lost cause. It's a lost cause. Just go ahead and be bamboozled and be filtered by lies.
yeah, you can go and look at the docket yourself.
I mean that can be more clearly shown to you in evidence. Like
Yeah.
if you can't believe that, there's something wrong with your perception, and you might just be delusional. This is not to your audience, Lisa. This is to the minions that are listening to you. You guys are just effing
Yeah,
delusional.
we have trolls in here, and trust me, they're here.
Yeah, I mean the trolls, like you guys are just if what we just showed you did not just show you the lie that was perpetrated by Coop and Tug,
Yeah.
you guys need to go get your psyche count.
I can tell
You
you
guys
who
are
doesn't.
freaking delusional.
I can tell you who doesn't listen though is Shizzy and that venomous whatever chick she is.
Yeah.
Literally talk on their show. Well, I heard, I've seen, like somebody said, and it's like, do you vet anything? You're just going by what somebody said, and they're not listening to my show. What they're listening to is Megan and Tug. Because I know where they got it from.
Listen, listen. It's just I laugh because I've almost come to the point where it's like, why even argue? Because they're just the most biggest idiots. I just want the court to do their job. I can't wait for the court to hear everything.
And the one thing that they keep bringing up when they tried to do this with Michelle, right? Ages ago, Jeremy kept doing it, is whether or not someone's a public figure or not.
Oh Lord, I have so much case law. I can talk about that, Lisa, if you want me to. Do you want me to talk about that?
I mean, because it's like you can't even imagine. Just oh my God.
Okay, first of all, let's stop for a second. See, this is the problem. Law is not black and white. Law is not black and white. Like Mr. Coop and the idiots out there that are trying to educate the public with no legal education. They're going to say, oh, they're public figures. We have a First Amendment constitutional right. No, it's not black and white, Megan, you fool. It's not black and white, Tug, you fool. It's not black and white, Mr. Coop. Actually, I pulled up a Florida bar article that had about 12 different cases throughout the state of Florida that err on different factual patterns to decide whether or not someone's a public figure or not. And I'm going to tell you right now, you know what one of those cases stated?
What?
If you do not have the ability to have the same audience, like if you're going to thrust yourself into what they call a public controversy, that'd be like me deciding I want to go on ABC News and I want to talk about a legal case, and I'm going to have the same forum that the people against me are going to have. We're going to have the same audience, right? We're going to have the same number of audience, millions of people listening to us. If you do not have the same opportunity to have the same number of audience, you did not voluntarily thrust yourself into a public case. Therefore, you are not a public figure. You should
Right.
not be held to the same standard of actual malice. I have the cases. I have all the case law. I'm actually, I'm about to sue Squid Pro Quo Heather Parabat. And what's really funny about this, Lisa, is she hires this law firm.
Sorry.
You ready? Yeah, you ready for this? She hires this law firm, but what she doesn't know is my husband is almost best friends with Mark Nijame. My husband actually helped Mark Nijame in a lot of things, and Mark Nijame owes him a lot of favors. But
Well,
then
wouldn't that be a conflict of interest?
it possibly could be, but right now it's not with my husband; it's with me. And the funny thing is, the attorney that works for this law firm. And by the way, can I say,
Hold on, didn't she talk about your husband too?
Oh yeah, she did. So he has no right to privacy. He has no right. He's not a public figure, and so he's going to sue her too. So good luck on the public figure thing with my husband because he never put himself in any situation. You guys came after him. But anyways,
Right.
that's the story. But Nijame Law, I actually, when I was in law school, I did my internship at Nijame Law. Why? Because my husband was very close friends with Mark Nijame. We lived down the street from each other. My husband knows him since the Lou Pearlman days. Mark Nijame gave me the opportunity to intern at this law firm. There was an attorney that I went to law school with. He was a public defender. He was going through divorce. He was a nice guy. I was friends with him. He used to talk to me in the courthouse all the time. Well, I guess recently he got a job at Nijame Law Firm. His name is Darren Chambers. Okay. Nice guy, right? And so this squid's like, oh, I'm going to hire Nijame. Well, one, Squid doesn't know that we actually know Nijame very well. She
Right.
doesn't know that I actually know Darren Chambers, from law school, trial
Right.
team. Talked him through his divorce. He was a public defender. I was actually contacting him at one point, trying to find out because I actually wanted to be a public defender. So we had
Right.
communications back and forth. But regardless, he's a nice guy. Okay. And so him and I are talking about Squid because she hired him now to represent her because I said, I'm going to sue your ass, bitch. Sue your
Right.
ass. You're defaming me and my husband. My husband's not a public figure. You're bringing in non-newsworthy content like our foreclosures and all this other stuff. And there's case law, by the way. You could, even if you were deemed a public figure, what somebody's exploiting and publishing on you doesn't mean it's newsworthy content. So if you're publishing that, that's not public figure. You don't get
Right.
the same protections of First Amendment rights. So, for instance, if I went in and I did what I did, I consented to a very small audience interview with Mike Volpe over the Jeremy Hills case. At that time, Mike Volpe did not have a large audience. I would have never assumed that I would have been held to scrutiny of 750,000 people. Okay.
Right.
And not only that, what I talked about had everything to do with Hale's federal case against his defendants. Does that open up my life and my foreclosures and my bankruptcy and everything personal to me, even if it's public record? Does that open that to be discussed? No. According to Florida case law, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And these are exceptions that the Megan Foxes and that the Tugs and that I think Randy Schock is a fool. He's just an idiot. He's not that bright. Okay. So unfortunately, they don't have a smart attorney. But Darren Chambers certainly knows. Because when I sent Darren Chambers all the case law, he opened the link several times so they track everything. And it's not a clear-cut case that they have first absolute amended protection when you're talking about somebody who consented to going into a small forum to do a small interview, and all of a sudden their life is exploited to 750,000 people across YouTube with all these forums, and all of a sudden me and my husband's foreclosures and bankruptcy and all this stuff is now being reported on. No, that is not under the same First Amendment protected right. Okay. It says just because you have to, we're required, like with a divorce, with a foreclosure, we have to file in the court. We have to. That doesn't mean that when we file, we open ourselves up to public scrutiny, even though it's public documentation. Okay.
Right.
So to make a long story short, I think that Darren and I will be able to have some resolve. I think he will be reasonable enough to realize what his client has done. And if his client wants to be an idiot, listen, my husband and I are just going to sue her. It's as simple as that. We're going to sue her, period.
In a separate lawsuit?
Yeah, we're not going to tag her into the same one with Jeremy. We're just going to do a separate lawsuit. And we're just going to sue the shit out of her, period. Okay. So we already contacted Darren and we're like, look, we give you guys 5 days. And he even said to me, he goes, I'm going to try to talk my client into taking all the content about you off and stopping the report. He goes, but I can't control her. And if I don't control her, he goes, then there's not much I can do. He can only offer guidance. Okay. Right. So I just said, that's fine. Try your best. And if you don't, she's going to court, period. She's going to court. My husband is not a public figure. You are airing his dirty laundry, all his shit all over the internet. And it's like, and listen, defamation isn't just a false statement. You could take public records, but if you are providing commentary, this is all case law. This is shit Megan would never effing know. Tug would never effing know, or Mr. Coop would never effing know. Case law defines the statute. And case law, I've got like 12 cases I've already presented to Darren Chambers. Case law states you can take public records, but if you're giving commentary that could lead an audience to ridicule or to misinterpret that, that is implied defamation. And let's be the devil's advocate. Let's say all of a sudden we're all found to be public figures, okay? Mm-hmm. The big thing is, and why people don't want to be found to be public figures, is because malice is very hard to be proven. But you got to remember, at the end of the day, when we're talking malice being hard to be proven, you know, if you go throughout history, it's because we're normally people that are public figures are suing like ABC News or NBC News, very professional reporters, okay? And they have to show that these professional reporters, you know, had bias against them or had a problem with them, or, you know, had knowledge they wouldn't do. These YouTubers, like a Megan Fox, she's not a professional reporter. You can just see the way she reports, okay? Are not a professional reporter. The problem is their emotions get involved. If you compare them to an ABC or NBC News anchor, you will see a very big difference there. They put in their opinions. I've been threatened by Megan on multiple videos. I've been threatened by Squid on Squid even said, "You want to be famous, Lips? I'll show you famous." This is a direct quote from one of her videos. Do you understand? All of that is evidence for proving malice.
How is that? She ain't famous.
No, but what it's showing you is that she didn't. It wasn't a mistake that she said what she said. She said it intentionally. She said it to make me appear to her audience in a negative light. Right. And so that's the thing. So malice against all these YouTubers is super, super easy to prove. So even if I was found to be a public figure, like I said, most people don't want to be found for that because the threshold to prove malice is much harder. But because the way these people are conducting their videos, their live streams, and their YouTube, it's very easy to prove malice because they don't vet, they don't ask for like part of the factors from the Florida bar with all the cases is they ask, did the reporter vet? Did the reporter reach out to the other side? Did the reporter give them an opportunity to, rebuttal what they were saying? Did the reporter make threats during their live? Did the reporter attack their character? Well, my God, of every single one of the factors you can find for these YouTube channels. And why? Because they're not professional reporters and journalists. They're conducting themselves.
On the ethics book.
Yeah, and so like I said, I'm not afraid.
There is a book, guys. There is a journalism book.
Well, there's regulations you got to go by it to be a journalist. You can't just go on and run your mouth and form your opinion. You got to vet things. You got to speak objectively. You've got, there's a lot to it. And so,
she bases her shit on what she calls her theories.
No, but like I said, I am not worried. We have absolute defamation cases against all these mother effers. And I am not worried in the least. I can absolutely, whether I'm found to be a public figure or I'm not, that they don't have an absolute First Amendment constitutional protection. Okay. But I'm prepared to
there's a list. There's 24 badges of malice, right? Yeah. And this is from the Florida bar. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is from the Florida bar.
Show them, Lisa. Show them.
So here, I don't know if you can read it. Do I need to blow it up a little bit? Let me make it bigger.
And Lisa, make sure that the minions that are watching this, who believe that we are public figures. Do you
Yeah.
understand? If we are public figures, then the biggest hurdle is to prove malice.
Well, the
That's the whole
funny
reason
thing
somebody.
is if like for instance, my channel, right? They could say like, oh, she got herself involved in this. Actually, not really, but okay, whatever. You want to say that, but my channel grew a lot from discussing this. I'll tell you that. That's obvious.
Yeah.
Um, we were talking about a subject that was pretty important within the community um, of many channels, and it became a very important subject because, obviously, as we all know, this guy's harassed his family for so long, and the truth started being, coming out. And so, anyway, my point is that to try and call me, because they're attacking me in a major way now, right? This is how they're making me more of a public figure. Just because they think or say I'm a public figure, it does not mean I am.
No, because you
Me becoming a public figure because of your stories about me does not equal me being a public
There's elements to proving someone's a public figure. One is you must intentionally thrust yourself into a public controversy. You
Which
must
is what they'll say I did because they've already
but
insinuated that.
stop. You must have equal opportunity to reach the same audience with your rebuttal. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
So,
my 3,800 subscribers
no,
equals
you can't see
300,000,
the amount of views that they get. That no, you don't get to. You have not had the equal opportunity to rebut your position in front of their audience because they clearly have, a lot more viewers than you have. So that case law. Florida case law says unless the person, even when you want to consider them a public figure, if they do not have the opportunity to rebut the allegations in front of the same audience, you cannot hold them to the same standard of malice for a public figure.
Right.
You understand?
Well, here are the 24 badges of malice. It says failure.
No, but stop for a second before you say this. This is if we want to be devil's advocate, and me and Lisa say they want to call us public figures. Say they all want to say they're public figures. Well, the reason they want to say we're public figures is because the hardest element to prove is malice. However, if we can prove this as a public figure, they don't have First Amendment right protection if they're saying false or implied defamatory content about us. So go ahead now.
Right. All right. So failure to conduct this is the 24 badges of malice.
Comes from the Florida bar. The Florida bar's case law for Florida.
Yep. A failure to conduct a thorough investigation before publishing serious and damaging allegations that are not hot news. Got them there. Failure to give the plaintiff a fair opportunity to reply to defamatory allegations. Again, same thing. Failure to report exculpatory. Oh my God. Say it. Say it. I can't even get it out of my mouth.
Exculpatory.
Yes, facts. Omitting pertinent information to create a false impression. Wow. Got him. Destruction, loss, or unavailability of a reporter's notes or research. She doesn't have any because she doesn't vet nothing. Same with Tug. The reporter's knowledge of a quoted source's animosity towards the plaintiff. Totally got that. She has the animosity. The alteration, of quotes to maximize a story's impact. They all do that. A reporter's knowledge of facts conflicting with the report. Emphasizing unimportant events to support a defamatory statement. Continued reliance on a source that had proven unreliable in other aspects. A preconceived determination to disparage a plaintiff or a preconceived slant or view. Repetitive media attacks on the plaintiff. Failure to contact key witnesses. A reporter's a reporter's ill will towards the plaintiff. Go ahead.
Heck yeah.
Competitive pressure for a hot news story. You know, the breadsticks. Discrepancies, inconsistencies, and equivocation in the testimony of media witnesses. This is something like, a Bad Tina, a Boudica, you know, this other memorial person. A reporter's departure from professional standards. Hello. Failure to supervise the reporter's preparation of the story. Refusal to publish a retraction upon learning of errors in a story. Like I retracted the fact that she actually called the landlord when the one landlord spoke to the second one and corrected it. So I came back and corrected it. That no, she didn't call them directly. They were mentioned as inciting them to call. Okay, so yeah, I retracted, and then they want to try and attack me for retracting it. Yeah, no, sorry, that's what you do. And I'm not a professional reporter in any sense of the word, like an ABC or NBC like that. No way. But anyway, I retracted once I knew that it was different from what was originally stated. Okay. The use of deception to obtain a defamatory story. That would be a lot like Bad Tina. So that would be really Tug more than Megan on that one. Jeremy's got all this crap. A reporter's lack of credibility. Prior and subsequent defamatory statements. We got them for how long? Almost 2 years now. That an investigative agency with the same information as a reporter declined to prosecute or take any action against the plaintiff. Making threats in connection with a story. Wow. I think I have about 10 or 12 clips of Jeremy Hales going, FOIA, 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 FOIA. And along with that, stating how 5 years of FOIAs was coming, and it was coming soon. And then the clips also include Megan.
But stop for a second. Stop for a second. You guys got to remember, okay? For you to be a public figure, you had to thrust yourself into a public controversy, meaning the Hales saga, okay? And then you had to somehow add, commentary to the Hales saga. But that has absolutely nothing to do with the FOIA request of your private life. And that is not newsworthy. So when they
I'm not newsworthy.
No, but when they're FOIA requesting
hot news.
No, but think about this. When they're FOIA requesting your private life about your neighbors, when they're FOIA requesting my private life about, whenever I've called the police.
They FOIA requested Tori.
No, but do you understand that then when they do this and they add commentary to it, they're publishing it. They're actually adding commentary to sway ridicule and insults and hatred from their audience to you. That is defamation.
Even though they're showing this stuff, they don't even let it play. They just stop it and add
because they're showing went through the factors. They're not showing the whole story. They are defaming you even with public documents. Okay. Right. So like I said, they can say, "Oh, listen, I am not afraid. I know the law." They can sit there and we can have trial by YouTube, and they can go on their channels and they can, get their breadsticks, their super chats, and try to appear competent in front of their audience. Okay, go right ahead.
And this is from the Florida bar.
Yeah, you're not going to appear competent in front of a goddamn judge, people. Okay, with the Florida law, you have completely defamed so many people. You've defamed me. My husband is clearly not a public figure. You have defamed him, bringing him in, his foreclosures, his bankruptcy. That is not public newsworthy content. He didn't thrust himself into shit. We did a channel where we did cooking shows. Okay.
Yeah, that's what Michael came up.
Yeah, nothing. If you want to say I thrusted myself in, no, I didn't. I thrusted myself into a journalist with a small channel. I would have never expected this to go as big as it did. And it was strictly on my opinion about the Hales federal cases. That has nothing to do with my foreclosures in my personal life. That has nothing to do with my husband's bankruptcy. While you provide commentary to elude, hatred and ridicule from your audience, do you understand that is defamation? And like I said, I am not afraid. I am not afraid. They can say all they want to say. But the people that want to keep listening to them, and we'll see where you're at. We'll see where they're at.
Yeah, and just remember, you don't get First Amendment protection when you are defaming someone with malice.
No, that's the whole point. You don't get First Amendment protection when it comes to defamation, either direct or implied. This is implied defamation when they take public information and they publish it, and then they give commentary to elicit hate, ridicule, criticism against you. That is implied defamation. They don't get First Amendment protection. This is what they're not understanding. But they wouldn't understand this. They're not a trained lawyer. They don't know how to read case law. They just think, oh, I have First Amendment protection. Let me tell you, it's not black and white. That's not how our law works. Okay? Right. We can say we have First Amendment protection, but there are so many exceptions to that. So many exceptions. So like I said, let them keep, telling, like, look what they did with me with the whole, flooding and papering the docket. Look at how they misconstrued that. If their audience wants to keep.
By the way, I'm glad you brought that up again, because one thing I wanted to mention is he kept saying, like, you're flooding the docket with all these motions, like 16 motions.
Oh, I want to laugh about that for a second.
Motions.
They're not motions, you flaming fool. See, this is the idiocracy with Coop and Tug. These are not. Do you know the difference between motions and discovery requests and notice, you idiots? I only filed 3 motions, and there's a 4th supplemental, which is a part of a 3rd motion. The rest of the filings, you flaming fools, are discovery requests. And unfortunately, I have to provide discovery on 4 different plaintiffs. So, of course, I'm going to have numerous discovery requests because I'm asking it from 4 different people.
He was saying that you were like 16 motions. I'm like, what? I'm like,
no, but do you understand the difference? I'm so glad you brought that up, Lisa. This is the idiocracy. Do you not know what a motion is versus a discovery request versus a notice?
Well, you know what? Some people may not. So actually, if you want to explain, what's the difference between a motion and discovery request?
Okay, so a motion is something you're asking the court for a remedy. Okay, so I've filed 3.
The court has to react to it, whether grant, deny.
The court has to rule on it, and the court has to give you a remedy. So we can make this clear. My first motion with the court is for a protective order, because I don't want all of my, discovery going on trial by YouTube. So I'm going to prove to the court that I'm being harassed publicly, and I'm going to ask the court to simply keep the discovery within the confines of the court, not let it become public. This is pre-trial discovery. That's my first motion. My second motion is to deem Jeremy as a frivolous litigant, because he's had 10 cases determined and ruled on by the courts to be meritless. Okay. My third motion is to refer Randall Shockett to the Florida bar. And that third motion, I also have what's called a supplemental motion to that motion, which means it's the same motion. I just added more facts to that same motion. So people don't think of some crazy frivolous litigant. I have 3 motions pending before the court: a protective order to deem Jeremy a frivolous litigant and to refer Randall Shockett to the Florida bar. Those are the only motions. Those are the only things I'm seeking from the court to make a determination from. The other things I have filed, the other things I have filed is notice of admissions, request to produce. These are standard discovery requests to the parties involved in the case. I am allowed to request discovery so I can prove my case. I'm asking them for admissions. I'm asking them for the request to produce. And then the only other filings I've ever made was notices attaching my emails from Randall Shockett so the court could see that this guy is out of control. He's unhinged as an attorney, and he's trying to manipulate the court. So, no, there's no 16 motions. If you actually had a law degree, you dumb idiot freaking Coop, and whatever the guy's name is, Tug, you would realize the difference between a motion, discovery request, and a notice. So no, you're lying to your audience. I can quote you telling your audience I filed 16 motions. Good luck on that, buddy. Okay, there's no 16 motions. I'm not that freaking idiotic. But like I said, this is more defamation. They're just fueling my case. I mean, when I turn around and slap a defamation suit, all these false statements, like I filed 16 motions to flood the court with.
And I know a lot of these things seem a little minuscule, and it doesn't really matter, that little thing that they said. Yeah, actually it does, because they all add up.
It does matter because these are bold-faced lies to his audience, and he's implying this is called implied defamation. He's implying that I'm some unhinged, frivolous litigant. Okay, so no, this is absolutely defamation. What he's doing, he is reporting falsely on our case. He is telling people I filed six. Think about this. This is a black and white statement. I filed 16 motions. No, I did not file 16 motions, you fool. I filed
Right.
3. And then he follows it up with, "Oh, I'm unhinged. I'm, papering the docket. I'm frivolous." You are now defaming me. Now you've crossed line into defamation. You are actually falsely reporting to your audience about me.
Right. And they've been doing that all along. You know, it all boils down to Jeremy's narrative and them just coming out and trying to attack anybody involved with thinking that this guy's just wrong for really attacking the family and defaming people and hurting people all along the way. That's what it comes down to, is this one guy who's the ringleader of all of it. And it's really sad. It really truly is. But all right. So what else were we going to discuss about these freaks? Did you want to actually touch base on what's really going on with Squid, based on the fact that she's like going on other people's shows to get more attention than her own channel? Now, Leslie, can you hear me? I think we lost Leslie.
Uh-oh.
Leslie.
Lisa, did you look at that picture I sent you?
When, just now?
No, I sent it right as you were starting.
Which one do you want?
Oh no, I didn't. Hold on, let me take a look. See.
Yeah, those are good. I tried.
Strawberry, pineapple,
Oh my God.
peach, mango, orange, pineapple. There's
I
the
tried the
that
marshmallow
yours?
mist. That's sweet.
there's a
What?
Is that yours, Tori?
It's mine.
Holy
It
crap.
is.
so what do you
Wow.
got? Do you
That's
want me to do the
sweet.
same one for all three?
That's nice.
These are great. That's right.
I love all the views that you had on there. Leslie, if you can hear me, I can't hear you. So if you want to log out and come back.
Ah,
He's not
So
talking
Jolly
to Tori,
Rancher-
but I can't hear him.
You have strawberry, pineapple.
Leslie is talking and you can't hear her?
I don't know. Is she? Can you hear her?
I can't hear Leslie either.
All right. Let's
Here's like
see.
these.
I love the fact that I look so cozy and warm in that hoodie.
I know that hoodie looks like, like you're toasty on there.
Peach or what?
Yeah. Kind of warm. All right. Let's see. How do I go back to the other view? There we go. Boom. She's still showing. I don't know if I don't think she can hear me. Oh, we can't hear her. So Leslie, if you can, log out and come back. Come back.
Someone type it in chat, please. Say, Leslie, we can't hear you.
Let's see. So this is, I'm trying to look at the stuff that I have. Okay, so this is actually an email I got
That's
in regards
fluorite, by
to,
the way, Lisa.
it looks like it's ametrine, maybe it does, only because of the, hold on. There it is.
No, it's cubed fluorite.
Yeah, it looked like it was amethyst at first, but when you could see through it like that, it's beautiful. That's beautiful. And look at the matrix around it. That's so cool. I love the way it's popping out like that, That's a beautiful piece.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get that from Robbie?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
I showed it to Robbie, and he's like, holy cow.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Beautimus. All right, Leslie's still there, but oh, hold on. I think she posted something. No, we can't hear you, Leslie. She may not be able to hear us. Hold on.
Well, that's everybody told her we can't hear her.
I just told her to leave and pop back in. Um. So somebody actually said, "Oh, okay, I see what this is." All right. So someone was in Coop's chat and stated they actually quoted that according to Randy, they do not allow hybrid representation, whatever that means. All right, here she is. She's back.
Oh, hey, Lisa. Sorry, I ordered DoorDash, and the DoorDasher called me,
Oh,
and she might call me again because she's trying to find where I'm at.
oh,
So just so you know, so if I get a call and I get cut off again, I'll just do this again. I'll come back on. All right.
no
Yep,
problem.
it boots you.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
but
I didn't know what happened. I didn't know if you can hear me or not.
yeah,
But,
no. She called, and all of a sudden I got cut off from everything. But
right.
but I forgot what we were talking about. But you understand though what I'm saying, right? Like what I said tonight. I don't know if
Oh,
I'm clear. I hope everybody understands what I'm saying. I'm trying to break it down in a manner that I think most people could understand. But
right.
I'm going to tell you right now, this is like what I'm telling you is the absolute truth. And you can back it up with public documents, going to the court file. And I'm going to tell you, I can't express enough to please stop listening to channels like Megan, Tug, Coop, all these idiots like Squid with no legal education. They are totally um,
Mhm.
misinforming their audience,
Yeah.
and then they're stirring up hate and all kinds of stuff, and they're not, because it's
And
like
well, I want to say, like, okay, so I've never seen them actually have, because I don't watch them, right? Um, but like even with all the stuff I've heard, even going back, like I've seen other reporters that like Megan goes on other people's shows and she tries to incite them to talk about the health stuff. She's just
Yeah.
been doing that for a long time. But I do know that she has been on other like law tube channels,
what
and
it
so
is.
they've had these conversations with other lawyers, right? Yeah, but they're all listening to her narrative. I don't even know if they're watching the case themselves. You know,
I don't think so.
all,
I can tell you right now, any lawyer who would put any faith in Megan, to me, is completely negligent. They clearly don't know a case. But you guys got to understand, at the end of the day, these law tubers are making money. Okay, they're making
yeah,
money. Megan's got an audience, and this is not about being just and fair. This is about putting a show on for their audience, getting people riled up, and getting super chats.
yeah,
And so there's a big problem with lawyers, evading their ethical duties for money on YouTube. Okay, we see this with Larry Foreman, with what's going on, with Rich. He's publishing a bunch of commentary on it now, a bunch of articles. You cannot, just because this woman, this fool, she's a fool, shows up on a law tuber's channel, or she goes wherever, doesn't mean that this woman is educated. She's not. And you're
right,
going to, once we go through my case, when I sue her for defamation, and they take her through the scrutiny of malice, all you guys got to do, it's very simple. Go turn on ABC or NBC News. These are people that have regulations. Okay, these are news reporters with regulations. These are professional news reporters who had to go to school to become news reporters.
yeah.
Megan is not that. Listen to Megan and listen to them, and you will see an absolute difference. Megan is a joke. She's a
Yeah.
joke. And the only reason that
Well,
she's
the
appearing,
one thing that they're doing is they're creating characters, like we said the other night, and they're using us and profiting off us. It's commercial use. They're using us for commercial use. You know,
yeah,
they're branding us as these different characters and stuff. And we're branded already as like the anti-Hales ecosystem, which we are not.
no.
You know, that's not what we are. It's a narrative that they are all using, came from Jeremy. All these character names, Fleesa, Lip, they all came from Jeremy. Um, Tori. Oh my gosh.
It's more. Lisa, I was researching this. I started researching this heavily with
Mhm.
the commercial use issue. It's going to be. I'll be honest. After I said this, it's going to be a harder fight because it's not a product. Okay, it's
Right.
content. commentary. It's commentary.
Right.
So what you would sue under in the capacity where they're using our image and they're saying, you know, false statements and they're getting donations, that would be a FUTA claim. Okay, that would be a FUTA claim, or you could get them on false crowdfunding and things like that. To
Right.
actually get them on the stat sheet for commercial use is going to be a very hard situation because it's
Isn't
not.
that what they tried to get me on?
Yeah, they tried to get you guys on that. It's not a product. Your commentary is not a product. Okay.
Right.
But what there are claims for is there's, you know, fraudulent crowdfunding where, you know, you're basically depicting somebody using their image, you know, saying they're a criminal, depicting
Yeah.
them in a false light, and then you're getting donations based on the way that you're portraying them to your audience. That is
We lost her again. DoorDash.
Leslie got a phone call from her DoorDasher, and she will be back momentarily.
Everybody says you're quiet, Tori. Tori's going through rocks right now too, so she's looking at all her pretty.
My grandchild stole some of my fossils. I found out that Oliver likes shark's teeth and fossils.
There you go.
The rocks that I have that Oliver likes are all my fossils. So
I was reminded today that I had the fossils way back when, because I had sold them in like a box set thing. But yeah, so Leslie, what were you saying? Oh, she's not back. I thought I heard her come back.
she's not back yet.
Yeah, so but yeah, so I forgot like some of the stuff that I had. You know, I had some pretty cool stuff. But normally I don't have like the shark's teeth and stuff like that. You know what you need to get, Tori? Alligator teeth. Gator teeth.
I have some.
No, you need to like get them. Like Robbie should be.
They're hollow.
Yeah. But you still need to get them.
I have some.
Robbie needs to get more and sell them. I don't have any gator teeth.
I have some. You need gator teeth?
Yeah, I don't have any gator teeth.
I do.
Neener. But yeah, so by the way, guys, I'm going to be invaded again. Just saying.
What? Someone's going to invade your space?
Someone's coming to
Who
invade
would do
me.
that to you?
I don't know, Tori. Who might do that? So yeah, so
would just show up at your house.
it looks like we might be having some visitors again. You got that, Germ? You gonna write that down? You gonna jot down the date and the time they arrive? Oh yeah, gator teeth for Terry's hat. Oh, look at that. More privacy complaints. I'm telling you, you have to redo. You have to redo that. I'll talk to you later about doing that. But yeah. So when I was mentioning the FOIA thing before with all the clips, they talk about the one with you, you know, because they ran what it was when they aired Topers, and you know what's funny? Jeremy doesn't air them. He gives them to Megan to air. Tug's not even airing them. They give it to Megan to air. And we were talking the other night how Hales knows the algorithm, Hales knows YouTube. He's not taking chances with his channel. And it looks like Tug's not going to do that either, but he's going to allow Megan to do it. And Megan doesn't even realize
Megan's an idiot to do it.
Yeah. I mean, because she's going down for the copyright
thing. She's an idiot to do it.
Yeah. You know, and why didn't Tug air it? And then she was on Jay's, and she was in the chat, and she made a comment. He highlighted. He says, "Why aren't you showing the body cam? Were you scared?" Trying to entice Jay to show it, you know. And the thing is, Jay's already showing shit that he shouldn't, and he's getting privacy complaints on that. There's certain things you can't do on YouTube, and I'm not going to list them all, but they're doing them, and that's why they're getting removed. They can argue all they want; it's still in YouTube guidelines. And if it's in YouTube guidelines, they're not going to allow it. So you're not going to win your little rebuttals, no matter how much case law. I mean, Megan did a rebuttal, apparently, and she read what her rebuttal was, and she's like trying to throw out this case law and stuff. And I'm like, you don't understand. You did something against their own rules. You know, you can't do that. I'm not going to throw them out there. But you can't do that. And that's why, Tori, the ones that she did about you, that should be removed completely. But I have clips for you from Jeremy's videos talking shit. And because I've been telling you guys that I had to go through the videos and edit out and save some of the evidence so I can send it to the sheriff's office. And these are 1 hour live videos. I did one video that was a 30-minute video that he put out this week, right? All right, Leslie's back. Hey, Leslie.
Sorry.
Okay. So I did. I've been editing these videos, right? I have tons of clips. Out of 1 hour videos, I have like, let's just say right now, there's 4 videos that I did this week. Okay. And in each of them, there's over 15 clips from each 1 hour video of him defaming me, harassing me, the whole 9 yards. I mean, it's over and over and over again. So I actually went and looked this up, and the question I asked was, and I printed it out, which is why I can't show it to you, but I said, if someone is constantly mocking you and defaming you on a live stream for an hour once a week, would that still be considered harassment? And the reason why I'm asking this is because he's saying it's a joke, it's satire. That's his excuse, right? So it said, yes, if someone's repeatedly mocking and defaming you on a live stream, especially if it's happening regularly, like every Sunday night for an hour, this goes way beyond normal criticism or disagreement. When it's persistent, targeted, public, and meant to hurt your reputation or well-being, it fits most definitions of harassment and possibly defamation, depending on exactly what they're saying. So it says, now I've already kind of gone through this, like what the harassment is. And harassment is any behavior that's threatening, intimidating, or creates a hostile environment. Online and live stream harassment is taken very seriously, especially when it's persistent. Defamations, when they're making false statements about you that damage your reputation. If they're spreading lies, that's potentially defamation, and you might have legal recourse, which we all know we do. But it can cause emotional distress, interfere with your life, and making you feel unsafe. So you don't have to just take it. You have options, you know. So they basically tell you just to document everything. So I was like, okay, I said, well, what if this person's claiming that it's a joke and satire or comedy? Right, because you got a lot of people claiming that. You got Jay Hip, you got DJ Radish, you got Jeremy, and you got Shizzy Wiznut saying the same shit, right? And then even Megan's called that some of that stuff satire stuff. So just because someone says it's a joke or calls it satire doesn't give them a free pass to harass or defame you. And here's why. It's intent versus impact. If someone claims they're joking, what matters is the effect it has, especially if the comments are persistent, targeted, and harmful. Courts and platforms also often look at how a reasonable person would feel, not just what the streamer claims their intent was. Satire and comedy have limits. Satire and parody are protected forms of speech, but they're not blanket shields. If the jokes are obviously meant to humiliate, threaten, or ruin your reputation, they can cross the line into harassment or defamation. If they're making false factual claims about you, not just opinions or obvious exaggerations, it's more likely to be considered defamation. The platform policies. Here.
Gracias.
You're welcome. Platform policies. Most streaming platforms have rules against harassment, bullying, and targeted abuse, even if the abuser claims it's just comedy. Report it, and the platform will receive the context. The legal context in court, it's a joke, is not a valid defense, or not always a valid defense. Sorry, I left that word out. Always, not always a valid defense. If the speech causes real harm, especially if a reasonable person would see it as a serious or malicious comment. Repeated comedic attacks can be still harassment. So,
well, Lisa, can you hear me? Can I say this? My husband, has been my husband, right? He never, like, the only time you guys ever saw him was when we did our cooking show. You know what I mean? We appeared, basically wanted everybody to know we were together as a marital unit. Okay. All these channels started to report on my husband. And what's so funny is my husband's not litigious at all. He doesn't sue anybody. You're not going to find one lawsuit that my husband has filed against anybody.
I can tell you right now, the personalities between Michael and Leslie are so different.
They're opposite. Okay. But the funny part is these channels have defamed my husband. And when my husband went through Squid Pro Quo's transcript and saw how many times she used his legal name, how many times she misconstrued our foreclosure, misconstrued bankruptcy. I mean, she said, I'm not going to get into it. Her attorney's in receipt of all
She
the
said you were in bankruptcy and you were not.
No, but she said we submitted false statements to the bankruptcy that we owed money to the IRS. Actually, the IRS owed us money. We just got IRS money back, you fool. But what I'm saying is, my husband, who's not litigious at all, you know what he said tonight? You know what he said tonight? You know what he did? He goes, I'm suing that bitch. He goes, I'm suing her. I'm suing her. Point blank, I'm suing her. He's like, she defamed me. I'm not a public figure. She misconstrued she aired my personal lawsuits. I don't care if it's public record. She's misconstruing them to her audience. She's eliciting hate and ridicule. This is not just
public records out there. It doesn't mean that you could use them to harass people.
When you give commentary to a public record and you are eliciting your audience to ridicule a person, you're implying it to be something that's not. That is implied defamation. So my husband goes, I'm suing her, point blank. That's it. I'm suing her. Suing the girl. That's it. And listen, good luck, Squid, Heather Parabeck, trying to tell a court my husband's frivolous. Good luck telling a court my husband is a public figure. You attacked my husband, Heather. You implied, things that were not accurate on public records, that things that were not of public concern. You harassed my husband.
Check this out. So they realized they can't really go at me, right? And this is obviously a while ago. So they went and attacked my husband. Now, Michael appeared, like, they know he's a lawyer, right? So what were they going to say? Like, all of a sudden, Jeremy starts calling him names like Doritos or whatever, right? But no one's ever seen Michael until you did your cooking show. And what happened? Michael came on, you did a cooking show, and everybody loved it,
Yeah.
Now, Gabe, on my channel, Gabe would pop in and say hello and stuff like that. He wasn't really on camera or anything, before they really started to attack you, right? He was just like popping in maybe with little tidbits here or there, right?
I was being annoying.
Yeah, he was purposely being annoying. That's what Gabe does.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they went at what I'm trying to say is they went after Gabe. I mean, just as recently, they posted the whole the reason why he was on probation yesterday on Facebook. They posted it again. It's like it's repetitive shit. They're trying to harass.
Lisa, our spouses have probably even more stronger cases than we do.
Yeah,
there's no way you could say they're public figures. And here's the deal. You got to remember, Shockit could be, and I would absolutely believe this. Shockit is not a defamation attorney. If you look up what Shockit specializes in, it's not defamation. And Shockit has lost 10 cases over the last 9 months. He's not, in my opinion, he is not a competent attorney. Okay. And he is giving these people advice. He didn't read the 15 cases that I did on public figures, malice, all this stuff. He's not acclimated with this. And the difference is that at least Heather Parabeck's attorney, Darren Chambers, who I actually like, he's a nice guy. He's competent. He's smart. He says, Leslie, he goes, give me the case law. He's like, let's have a intellectual conversation on case law and the facts. He said to me, let's come to a resolution outside the court. This is what a competent attorney does. Okay. They don't just go riling in and start filing like madmen. Okay. Yeah. He wants to have a competent conversation with me. Let's go through the strengths and the weaknesses. I'm going to tell you right now, and he's going to know this too. The strongest case is going to be my husband's case against Heather Parabeck. Yeah. Okay, because my husband is not a public figure, and she has talked about his foreclosures. And she said in his bankruptcy he owes money to the IRS, that false documents were reported to the IRS. I mean, she said that he reported false. I have it. It's in the transcript. I have it timestamped. That he reported false documents to the IRS and in his bankruptcy. He never reported false. That's a bold-faced lie, lady. Yeah. And the thing is, that's defamation against my husband. Okay, he's
Right.
not like, and good luck trying to win that one. But at least, like I said, at least her attorney is competent enough to
Right.
realize that we could settle this outside of court, not going through the rigmarole of all this stuff. Let's settle this out. And honestly, what I sent the attorney tonight is I said, look, here's my settlement you can propose to your client. Okay. I want her to take down all of her content. I want her to leave me the hell alone. Stop reporting on me. My life, my private life is none of her business. She's not going to continue to make money off misconstruing, public documents about me and my husband. I want her to leave us the hell alone. And I said, what I want in the settlement is I just want her to start focusing her channel on spreading love and not hate. Because I have 4 children in this world.
Of course, on her, but you can, she's going to do what she wants to do, But the thing is,
it doesn't. Listen, we're just going to take her to court. Like, if she's going to be so stubborn to argue this,
but this is what's stupid about it, Leslie. Okay, like, all right, so she put these videos out, right? Yeah, you can take her to court, absolutely. But the thing is like you already got your views out of it. Why are you going to go to court and lose? Because you're going to lose.
She's going to lose.
And why go to court over it? You're not going to get any more views than you already received on that.
On top of it, Lisa, I don't fuck around when it comes to litigation. Right. I sit around and not litigate. Yeah. Do you understand how much money it's going to cost this woman with Nije Moi to litigate against me? I'm going to ask for every discovery that I can get a hold of to prove my case. I'm going to take this to trial. Does she not understand? And I was having a conversation with an attorney. Like, you do understand this can take you hours and hours of like looking through all of these YouTube videos. I hope you get a high retainer for your client. It's going to cost her a lot.
That's why I'm actually clipping stuff out of the video so that these people that are investigating, like, they don't have to go through all those hours. Like,
when it comes to investigation, that's fine. But when it comes to court, you must watch the whole video because they can object.
That way you know it's not out of context.
Well, what happens is that if I were to take a clip and show it to the court, Randy Shockett could go, I object on the rule of completeness. I want the whole video. You need to understand the whole video and the whole context of what was stated. So these sorts of cases are going to take hours. These are highly expensive cases. So they don't resolve with this. I suspect when we if this Heather Paraback is going to be so foolish to continue her charade. My husband and I absolutely are going to file a lawsuit against her. We're just going to do it individually against her, okay? And it's going to probably take 2 years. So for the next 2 years, she's going to have to come out of pocket thousands and thousands of dollars in attorney fees. I'm not saying this is a threat. This is the reality, okay? And the thing is, at the end of the day, she's going to be against somebody who I'm going to fight vigorously that I was not a public figure according to case law. I didn't have the equal chance to state my rebuttal to the audience that Jeremy Hales could and she could.
But
my husband was definitely not a public figure. He was a private figure. You are airing his dirty laundry.
Same as Gabe.
Yeah, and you're implying all these things on us.
They called Tori. Remember we were talking about poppy seeds or whatever with the how it comes up in tests and stuff like that. They took that because we were talking about that conversation, and now they call him poppy seeds. The thing is poppy seeds actually refer to heroin. Yeah. Right? That's when they talk, and so that's the impression every time he says that about Gabe, he's referring to Gabe as a heroin user or addict.
I want to bring up the most brilliant thing I think I've heard. I don't remember who said this on your channel, but somebody did. They said every single time somebody says John Crook. Yeah. Do you understand that's defamation?
Every time he said it. Do you know how many times? My God! In one video that I did yesterday, he's mentioned John at 100 times at least.
And saying if you say John Crook, you are telling the audience this man is a crook. That's definitely okay. There's a dip. Listen to me for a second.
Well, he calls Gabe a convicted felon, which is not true.
Okay, by the way, Lisa, do you know the difference between normal defamation and what's called defamation per se?
Yeah. But
defamation per se is when you're actually accusing someone of being a criminal. And you know the difference. you don't have to prove damage. When you're proving a case for defamation per se, you don't have to prove that somebody was damaged. All you have to prove is that somebody said it. And the whole premise behind defamation per se is that it's so egregious. You're accusing somebody of being being a crook, or being like, another thing could be someone has an STD, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's already it's so egregious that you don't have to prove damage. All you have to do is prove the person said this. Okay. So do you understand? Like, that's a very low threshold to prove. And like I said, these people, they can be as pompous as they want. And I know they're listening. I know they're listening right now. They can be as pompous as they want. They go and Mr. Coop, and they can keep talking about my case in a defamatory manner, not stating all the documents, all the responses. And guess what? Your ass is going to be slapped with a defamation lawsuit too. Because if you think that, Mr. Coop, I'm not going to sue you, I will. I absolutely will. I know how to sue. I'm a retired attorney. My husband knows how to sue. Okay, we can absolutely sue. And if you are defaming our case and you're calling me a frivolous litigant, saying I'm papering the docket, and you just went through the factors of malice for a public figure, okay?
Right.
If you're leaving out certain things, it's not going to be hard to prove what you're doing. And like I said, they successfully ruined my teaching job. I have nothing but time on my hands now, okay? And this will be my job, period, okay? And as you guys can say, his minions can say, oh, she's bipolar and she's in a manic state, she's going crazy and she's papering the docket.
Yeah, this is her job. This is what she's doing. And
this is my job now. This is my job. And guess what? I'm going to damn sure make sure that I litigate this to the fullest. And it has nothing to do with papering the dockets. This is not frivolous. Anything that I file has a purpose and there's merit to it. Okay. Right. So good luck on that. And guess what? The J hips that are listening right now, and the Shizzy business that are listening right now. I'm watching your channels. I'm watching all your channels, and I have no problem filing suit on you. No problem whatsoever. You continue it. You continue to report on me. You continue to refer to me by lips and create ridicule and hate towards me.
Every time they call you lips is defamation.
Well, and you will absolutely be named in my lawsuit. Leave me alone. Here's my request. You crazy ass YouTubers out there trying to make profit, leave me the hell alone. And guess what? If you don't, I'm going to sue the fuck out of you motherfuckers. Period. And I'm going to spend the next 2 years doing it. So saddle up. Saddle up. I don't really give a shit anymore. You think that I'm, because I dropped the first lawsuit, that I'm some pussy girl? No, buddy.
Content.
Yeah.
What?
They're gonna keep going because they're gonna keep going because they need content.
They're not gonna leave you alone.
Well, you want to keep I hope the content's worth it when you're sued for a shitload of money. Go look at the YouTuber that just got a $17 million verdict, and he tried to file bankruptcy.
Freaking Richard's cell phone.
Yeah.
Well, get this. He tried to file Lisa, the YouTuber tried to file bankruptcy, and guess what? The freaking bankruptcy court is working out a payment plan to pay the person that got the judgment and verdict against him. Your ass will be my ass, okay? Go file bankruptcy.
Well, that's funny because I think after all these lawsuits come at Jeremy, that's what he's going to try to do. And I don't think
let him try. But guess what? I'm still taking him to the court. I'm still taking him to the jury. And I'm still going to grab punitive damages. And when a jury sees that my teaching job was harmed, that I went unemployed because of all this shit, that I almost committed suicide over all this shit, they had absolute knowledge I had bipolar, and they provoked extreme.
Oh yeah, they mobbed you for it.
Oh, these are all factors that the jury's going to see. So I want all of you minions out there, when you're listening to Lisa's channel right now, I want all of you to think about this. Go in your pompous little willy way. Go get your super chats and go to your idiotic audience and keep endorsing your bullshit. But at the end of the day, you continue coming after me, buddies. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Each one of you. Okay? I'm going to start right now. My goal is set on Jeremy, Megan, Tug, Squid. Squid will be a separate lawsuit. I have Jeremy make one lawsuit. And guess what, Izzy Wiznut? Your ass is going to be exposed. Your real name is going to be all over the place. And guess what, J-Hip? You too, buddy. You think that you're out of the mix? I see you all the time reporting on me. And Valar, I got your shit taken down off me. That's why you cried a sob story because you thought YouTube was so unjust because you used my.
Just got another video removed.
And guess what? Yeah, guess what? DJ Radish, you think that you're immune living in Australia? No, my ass will come after you too, buddy. Okay.
Yeah, YouTube just informed me that they just removed another video off of Shizzy's.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you.
Yesterday they removed Radish.
Listen, this long gray-haired man that all of a sudden jumped on the bandwagon with me, who's now screaming injustice because I got his shit taken down. Buddy, you're on my list next too. So I want you all to know, you want to target someone, go target somebody. You want to target me, you're going to end up in a lawsuit. And I hope you're going to go have money to get an attorney, okay? Because I actually know how to litigate my own case. My husband knows how to litigate his own case. I'm a retired attorney. He's an active attorney. And we will absolutely sue the motherfuck out of you. Okay, so you want to keep it up. Keep it up.
Yeah.
But this is the truth, Lisa. Listen, at this point, do you know where I wake up? You know what my job is? This is Tiffany, so everybody can get into my psychology. I wake up in the morning. I go to my computer. And I say, I have to start work today. What's my job? My job is this motherfucking lawsuit. And guess what? All you minions out there that want to keep recording.
Imagine if you were still, not retired and working as a lawyer. All the cases that you could possibly be working on, right?
Yeah.
Now all you have is one case.
One case. One case
to work on this whole.
Listen, and guess what? So guess what? Because I have one case, and because when I was practicing, I used to have cases up to 150 cases. Yeah. Do not think I can't sue a bunch of other motherfucking minions who decide to defame me. Because I will. And guess what? All of you guys will be on my workload every day when I wake up. You will be the first thing that I think about. And I will be suing your ass. Okay?
I'm telling you guys, she's definitely working like 24/7, right?
Oh, I'm working. Not only am I working legally, I'm filing reports with state agencies. I'm filing. I mean, do you know how many reports in the last week that I've filed with state agencies against various people that are a part of this?
Right.
A lot. And let me tell you, when I get your motherfucking discovery and your financials, because you're fucking profiting off of me.
Speaking of financials, apparently Jerem said he visited a $2 million house on Kelly's Island, and then the next day said he's moving. He's buying island property.
Well, I don't know, but there's a lot that I could say right now, but it's not good. It's not good for me to say.
Right.
All I'm going to say is, ta-ta, Jeremy, with your finance. I hope you can explain it to a lot of estate agencies. That's all I'm going to say. But anyway, on another note,
I think he's just BSing. He likes to BS. That's how he makes his money.
Well, that's exactly. But listen, you guys messed with the wrong person. I'm a psychopath. I'm a psychopath, obsessive, bipolar girl. Do you think for one mother effing second, when you ruin my teaching job, that I am not going to fight vigorously for my legal rights? Do you not know I'm OCD on this shit? Do you not know that I sleep and I wake up and the first thing that comes to my mind is your case? I mean, I hope they understand that.
She's got a family to, provide for, and they ruined it for her.
Oh, no. When you fuck with my family and you fuck with my ability to earn for them, my entire rest of my life will be spent on justice for my family. Because not only when I file these lawsuits against you, it's justice for me, it's justice for my kids. It's justice for my husband. Do you understand? Like, you really think what Lisa? What?
Judith said you can go to the island on the way to Vietnam.
Yeah, but you guys got to understand. Hear me out. I am obsessive. I've always been obsessive. Okay, that's why I've done a lot of things in my life because I'm obsessive.
Right.
And I'm not going to let this go away. It's not going to go away. But the
Well, he
best thing,
tried to ruin everybody's, their reputation, and reputation means hurting my channel. He's gone after Tori. He's tried to ruin her reputation just as a person, as a
well, guess
mother.
what, Lisa?
Oh dear
Can I
Lord, he
tell
said
you-
I
can
was
I tell you-
transgender and called me Troy.
Yeah.
Well, let me
Called her a man.
tell you. Let me tell you. You open up the door, you let them fucking walk in it, because every time they do something that's defamatory, guess what it does, Lisa? It restarts the time for the statute of limitations.
Yeah, every time they say something. And Tori, he threw your name out there last week, just so you know, so that just restarts the statutes.
No, but do you guys understand the statute only goes for 2 years? So these motherfuckers, minions, would actually shut the fuck up for 2 years, and I might not have a case because they didn't talk about me.
John Cap said, I thought Lisa and Tori were bad with the cussing, but Leslie has both of them beat.
No, I'm bad with the cussing. Like, when I'm mad, I do curse. Okay, but
Yeah.
listen.
I get passionate. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, but think about this. Like if they shut the hell up and they didn't say shit about me for 2 years, in 2 years I would go away and say all of a sudden I was in a financial constraint in 3 years, and I found out one of them was making serious money and I wanted to sue them. Guess what? I couldn't sue them because I lost the statute of limitations. But these fools, these absolute idiot minion fools, defame me on a weekly basis. So every time they defame me, guess what? It opens up. It opens up my ability to sue them for the next 2 years. And then I can go back in time and I can bring up all the other shit that they said about me.
Yeah.
So it's like, listen, I'm not worried, Lisa. I'm laughing. I'm actually upset I even gave away this knowledge at this point, because I'm trying to set him up right now. Let it even like Michael's like, don't say it. I'm like, no. Let him do it. Let him do it. That's what. When they do it, I'm going to show it to the jury. Let him freaking do it. Like, last night, Lisa, last night when I
said against me was just Thursday. You know what I mean? Like, okay, new time clock. It'll be Friday.
Yeah, you just restart it.
Tori doesn't watch Jeremy at all, really. So I know that you probably doesn't realize.
No, you restart the clock for the statute of limitations.
Hell no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm just like, set them up. That's like last night. We even you and Michael were like, "Are you sure you want to publish you singing?" I said, "Go for it." I said, "Go for it, Lisa."
Yeah.
I said, "Go for it. Let him make fun of me. All this shit's gonna be brought in front of the jury. Let him make fun of me. Let him do whatever." I absolutely.
That's not giving permission for them to do it.
No, it's not permission.
Saying if they do, you can't stop them from doing it until. With all this stuff, to me, the only thing that's going to stop them is the law, and I mean authorities, law enforcement. It's going to be either the police or it's going to be a judge. In the end, even if it is the police, it's going to be a judge. You know what I mean? So that's the only way it's going to stop them. And hitting their pockets, if it's a civil or, you know what I mean? That's the only way. That's the only way. Because they won't stop. They think they have freedom of speech, First Amendment rights. They think that, they can do all this. And they can't. This is what I've been saying this for so long. When the sheriffs came here in regards to my neighbor across the street, because that idiot always yells across the street, right? And it all because his girlfriend was over here, right? So he's always yelling across the street. And at first it was like, well, you know what? He's in public. He can say whatever he wants. He can stand in the middle of the street facing your house and he can say whatever he wants, right? So it's like, okay, okay, fine, whatever. I just, it's reported, whatever, what can we do? But the more it's done, there's a fine line when it crosses over freedom of speech and harassment.
Well, what I want to say,
way more than 3 times for that to happen, and now they know he was harassing. And now, even though they know he was harassing us, now they got Jeremy backing him up, and I got proof now with his videos that Jeremy's having him harass us.
Well, Lisa,
now it's like a double harassment thing going on now.
Lisa, the best is what they do not know that Rich is doing behind the scenes. Rich, I want to say it like this. I'm not going to say what he's doing behind the scenes. Rich, and this is not a threat. This is no threat. This
No,
is
it's
just reality.
hilarious. You guys doing
No,
this.
this is just reality. You know, Rich is highly connected. For those that just want to call him some dumbass disbarred attorney. First of all, as a retired attorney, and even my husband is an active attorney, we will both say that Rich is probably one of the most genius attorneys we've ever met in our lives. I've
Right.
known plenty of disbarred attorneys that have received $700 an hour as consultants on high profile cases because of their geniusness with law. Okay. Rich is one of those. And not only is Rich a genius with law, he also has a lot of high profile connections.
Yeah.
And he also knows his rights to the fullest, and he knows how
So
much
they
he can.
think because of the situation he was in and why he was in prison that he lost all that. And the fact is, no, he didn't.
No,
Yeah.
but
I mean, I have my own ideas. I'll just be honest with you. So
yeah,
I have my
mafia.
own
I don't
ideas
know.
of what actually went on with all
Yeah.
that stuff, because I just know things. And I mean, I don't think he lost any connections at all. But whoever he's going to fight against, obviously, they don't like his way of,
Well, no,
lawyering, to say at the time, But he now is a journalist who knows the law, and he has no problem. He doesn't need an attorney. He could fight anything pro se. He
Listen,
could file
I'll tell
pro
you
se.
right now, man, there's no attorney that could be as smart as this guy. Okay.
I don't think so.
Tell you, listen, I don't say that. I want your audience to know I don't say this like freely. Like when I believe somebody is truly an effing genius, I say this.
His ability to retain information is amazing.
Yeah, he knows the law better than I think anybody I've ever met. And
But he knows it like off the top of his head.
No,
Like,
but let me tell you, most disbarred attorneys that I've met have become consultants, and they actually make more money as consultants than they did as attorneys, because the attorneys know these people are geniuses, and a lot of the reason they're disbarred is because they're too smart for their own good, and they could actually disrupt the system. I'm just going to tell you right now. Okay. So Rich, in my opinion, based on my level of knowledge with the law, in my husband's opinion, based on his level of knowledge in the law, has to be, and my husband's practiced for 25 years, and we both have said he has to be one of the most genius legal minds we've ever met. Okay.
Yeah.
Not only is he a genius legal mind to understand how to navigate the court system, he knows to hell his rights as a citizen, and he knows how to work behind the scenes with the contacts that he has, the state agencies that he knows people with. And don't think for a second Rich is not working behind the scenes. And what's so funny is Rich sent me something. This is pretty big. You know how he always talks about this Dinesh case, right? That he's in. Okay, so Dineish's attorney, it's very hard to get an attorney, and Rich is suing. I believe he's suing Dinesh, and he's in an active case with Dinesh, right? It's very hard to get a party that's in an active litigation case to open up their attorney for Florida bar scrutiny. Okay.
Right.
Rich did it. His attorney is standing right now before the Florida Bar Grievance Committee.
No way.
Oh, hell yeah.
All the cases in litigation?
Yep.
Wow.
And Rich did that. Okay. So Rich, you guys don't realize the power Rich has. Rich knows what the hell he's doing. Dinesh's lawyer is up with the Grievance Committee, which is like, basically, once you make it to the Grievance Committee, there's no going back. Do you understand?
Right.
They're gonna freaking reprimand you, period. And Rich was able to do this as a litigant in this case during active litigation, which never happens. Okay. So I just want you to know, like, don't ever mistake.
That's why those bar complaints against Shaka didn't go anywhere, because the cases were still open.
Oh, Rich hasn't got a hold of those yet. Girl.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know that there were bar complaints on Shaka.
Yeah.
when Fed, with Fed 2, Fed 1 being open, and probably Fed 2. I did file a bar complaint against him, but I only just did that recently after the case was dismissed.
Well, he has right
several
now,
people did as well.
From my knowledge, right now, there are 6 defendants who have filed bar complaints against Shockett. Rich hasn't even gotten involved yet, and Rich is going to get involved. Okay, right. So my point being is that, and I can tell you right now, I filed a bar complaint too, and I directed the bar to the links where Shockett clearly engaged in unethical attorney conduct during a live with Larry Thorman, and right. I did a tracking on my email. The Florida bar has opened the link 6 times now on different dates.
Yeah. I filed 2, but I attached my second one to the first one. To refer to the first one. Because there was 3 different things that he's done. I still have another one I can file against him.
Well, no, you can keep, listen, the beauty of bar complaints is there's no statute of limitations. You can keep filing. Like, if there's other things that they've done, you can keep filing new bar complaints. Okay, so just keep filing them. And if they've opened a case against an attorney because of your bar complaint, they'll just add it into to the previously filed bar complaint. But the point being is that these attorneys that have been involved in this on Hale's End have absolutely engaged in unethical conduct.
All of them. And they keep talking about how many lawyers Michelle's had. Do you realize why these lawyers kind of didn't want to fight? Because they didn't know what they were getting into. You know what I mean? They didn't know that they were going to be scrutinized on the internet the way they were. And harassed the way they were. And
well, I can tell you. I can tell you. Go ahead, Lisa. Sorry.
Silverman was attacked. Bruce was attacked majorly. Stark was attacked. Even Martin in Ohio was attacked. And he just was trying to to me, get his way out of it somehow, because Martin was involved in doing law tube stuff with people, the lawyers that were on Jeremy's side of the narrative. You know what I mean?
Well, I can tell you a big boo-boo that Shockett made was in December of 2025 when he reached out directly to me. Listen, even if I said to Jeremy, "Oh, I'll waive my attorney-client privilege. Tell your call me," or whatever. Okay, even if I said this, Shockett had a duty to contact Michael first because Michael was my attorney. Right. Shockett did not do that. Shockett contacted me with a contract asking, and mind you guys, so everybody knows, this is where the bipolar shit comes in. I was in a bipolar state of mania in December. Okay. And I'm not going to get into that, but it does skew your perception. But regardless, regardless, it doesn't dismiss what he did. He reached out to me asking me to basically waive my attorney-client privilege and attend a deposition with him and Jeremy with no counsel, no representation.
Right, you wanted to do it by yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, I forwarded it to my husband. My husband responded back, "You're not going to do that to my client. You don't get to take a deposition without me there." Right. We have this email evidencing this. And we have reported.
And he was also trying to blackmail you with trying to turn all your communications over between yourself and
of course, with all the defendants and everything else. Yeah. And so the thing is,
and what blows my mind about that is at that moment you were suing him. You were suing Jeremy.
Yes, and here's the thing:
turned it around as if they were suing you.
Well, when
Shockett trying to blackmail you,
Shockett reached out to me like he did. We have evidence, and there's 2 right now pending with the Florida bar. There is 2 bar complaints with evidence of what Shockett did. And guess what? In 2019, Shockett was already reprimanded by the Florida bar for reaching out to somebody who was represented by counsel. And he got an admonishment for that. Okay. So in the 2 bar complaints that were submitted to the Florida bar, that give evidence of him reaching out to me, trying to get me to waive my attorney-client privilege. we also informed the bar, Shockett's already been reprimanded for this. So do you think he's going to get an admonishment again? Hell effing no. Okay? He's going to get into trouble. And if the Florida bar has opened up the link to the Larry Foreman video 6 times, according to my tracking.
Right.
There's going to be something that happens. And so, like I said, I hope it's worth it. I hope it was worth it for Shockett to do what he did.
Now, was there a bar complaint about Dorian Ankles?
Oh no, they're coming. He said they're coming. They're coming.
Because she was first off, she's involved in all the Shockett shit anyway.
Well, I can tell you that I reached out to Mark Feathers, and I gave him because I reached out to Judge DeThomasis, and I told Judge DeThomasis, you need to report. I said, I'm a retired attorney. You need to report these attorneys. They have ridiculed you. They have a link on this,
It's
live.
your duty to report. That's the other thing. People may think,
It's
you make
duty to report.
As an attorney, former attorney, it's your duty to report
No,
this.
if he doesn't report, he's in violation. Okay.
Right.
So the point is I did reach out to him. I did give him the link to the live stream. I did give him the link to Larry Foreman's playlist, and I did give him the link to the petition to have him removed by Governor DeSantis that was done by Vet Nation. Okay, Vet Nation didn't deal with him. What the fuck is Vet Nation filing a petition? And half the people I went through and I vetted all the names. They've never dealt. I went through. Did they ever deal with a lawsuit or any court hearing with Judge Tomasis? No, they didn't. These were viewers of the Hales crowd.
Vet Nation also did an online call to CPS, and Bruce was in the chat, not realizing who he was on hold with on the phone, and then so he adds Bruce to the live. Now Bruce was, I think, Michelle's lawyer at the time. I think he had already signed on to be her lawyer, and he's literally talking to Vet Nation, and then realizes. I mean, it appeared this way. I wasn't there from the beginning, but it appears as though he didn't realize that he was on the call with CPS, and he put Bruce on hold. Bruce is sitting there still on the live, and he's like, "Are you talking to CPS right now, live on the air?" And he was, and they were asking him all kinds of questions, and he's like, "I don't know. I saw this video." He wasn't there.
Listen. Rich and I, as a retired attorney, Rich is a disbarred attorney, although I call him a legal genius, and Michael as a current attorney, we all say, you know what I'm saying, that these people we have to go, the first people you have to go after in this fight is those with the license. Those with the license, the attorneys, are the ones that have an ethical duty to ensure this does not happen. If this sort of bullshit is happening, you must first go against those with a license.
Can you get me more? I guess.
Do you understand, Lisa?
Yeah. Sorry, I was gonna get up and get a drink, but Gabe came in.
Yeah, no, but like I'm saying, listen, the war has just begun. The war has just begun because all of the poor anti-Hales people that had no idea what the fuck to do when they were victimized, harassed, extorted, they didn't know what to do. But guess what? Guess who's left to defend in all the lawsuits? Look, who's left to defend in Fed 2? Rich, disbarred attorney, legal genius. Who's left? Who's left to defend? Leslie Federigo's retired attorney, Michael Federigo's active attorney. Who is left to defend? The fucking attorneys are now. Do you understand?
Only an idiot would go after an attorney,
where
he's got to pay attorney to defend him.
But you got to understand.
Attorneys don't need attorneys.
Even though in Fed 2, Bruce had one, and so did MLS. Now, I think that was smart of them, especially because MLS has went after the anti-slap. I was going to do anti-slap in mine, but being that MLS had already done it, I figured, well, let me just put my points
You
out
would
there.
think that would be
But
the
after-
last people they'd attack is people who know the law or attorneys.
Yeah, and then after the massive attack that they did on Bruce, I think Bruce was smart to have an attorney go for him too.
Oh no! And by the way, Bruce is suing Larry Foreman right now. Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And Larry tried to dismiss it, and the judge said,
no, Bruce has an absolute case, and guess what? After behind the scenes with Rich, and after the new bar complaints by the victim, the Kentucky bar, I don't see Larry Foreman getting out of this.
Larry Foreman now. Yes, he gave no nothing about that.
So this guy, he's got like 3 attorneys he's suing.
Yeah.
Or 3 former attorneys, and 1 act 2
Well,
former.
they go, but this is listen. When you have a dumbass attorney like Shockett, like look, Shockett and my father were in litigation together years ago.
Yeah.
My dad
That's
beat.
how he was using her. This is how Shockett knew Leslie's father.
But you know the funny part is my dad. Look, my dad beat the fuck out of Shockett. Shockett tried to appeal when my dad won, and Shockett fucking lost. If you look on half of Shockett's record, he loses. He's not a smart attorney. He's a dumbass. Okay, in my opinion, he's a dumbass. Okay, so if Jeremy, and the problem is when you got a dumbass representing a bunch of dumbasses. No, hear me out.
Go and see how many cases he lost without having to read each case.
No, but think about this. I'm actually in negotiation with Squid Pro Heather Parabeck's attorney, who I actually like.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
No, but Lisa, listen. I'm in negotiation with Heather Parabeck's attorney, which I actually like. We're talking competently, professionally, right? And if we have to go to litigation, we go to litigation. But this guy is he's not a fool. He's not okay.
Bunny,
but then you turn to Shockett, the fool, the idiot, the freaking, he cheats on his wife. He ends up in a divorce with a girl that looks like a crack whore. Okay. Yeah. Who lost 10 cases in 9 months. And this is who these idiotic YouTubers put their faith in. Go right ahead. I encourage you to. Go right ahead.
I just think I think he's so shady that he's the only attorney that, really.
Yeah, but he's making money from this.
It doesn't matter. He's making money. It doesn't matter what he does. And the longer he stays in it, the better off he is monetarily because he's going to make money.
Lisa. He's
going to end up getting sued himself.
He's frauding his own clients. Okay.
I get this. He's doing all this stuff to Michelle in the bankruptcy case, right? But he's also suing Michelle in another case. He shouldn't be able to pull a depo on her at all.
Listen, here's the deal. I'm not here. I don't know shit about who Michelle has representing her in the bankruptcy case. I'm not here to condemn whoever it is, okay? But the point I'm going to tell you right now, because I can't comment on the bankruptcy case because I really truly don't know what the hell is going on and all that. Right. But what I will say is, Shockett, in my opinion, is a fucking flaming idiot. And listen, it's evidence. Look, he had 10 cases dismissed with prejudice as an attorney in the last 9 months. I mean, hey, Megan.
How can he?
Lisa, Megan, have at it, girl. Take him as your lawyer. Tell him, take him as your lawyer.
How much coffee have you drank tonight, Leslie?
No, because I get fired up.
She's fired up. No, listen. So how can Shockett be a plaintiff suing Michelle on his own in a case in Levy County, and also be deposing her? Because you know what Shockett does? Shockett tries to subpoena people to do depositions so he can use them in other cases.
Well, this is what Michelle's goddamn it. Listen, Michelle's goddamn attorney needs to file a motion for protective order. Okay, if he hasn't done that, I don't know what the fuck to say, Lisa.
No, he did, but I don't know if it's pointed out that Shockett is actually a plaintiff against Michelle in another case, which to me means it's kind of in a
little
sense
bit.
a conflict
All
of
right.
interest in a sense. You know what I mean? How can he be sitting there doing a deposition on her
Well,
in a
because
bankruptcy case?
I'm going to be devil's advocate.
Okay.
Technically, if he is a plaintiff, and there's means to have a monetary judgment, I don't know the laws in bankruptcy. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know. I mean, I'm just speaking out of my ass. Like, I'm just
Yeah.
like what I'm saying. It could be as simple as he believes he's owed money as a plaintiff, okay, from Michelle. Okay. But the point being is that if they're asking for a deposition of Michelle, and we all know that deposition is going to be aired to 12 YouTube channels to
Yeah.
harass the motherfuck out of her, then her attorney needed to do a motion for protective order, like I'm doing in my case with Hales,
Right.
and showing the harassment. But the thing is that you can't prove harassment without discovery. So the question should be asked, is Michelle's attorney doing discovery on all of the harassment, right, that she has received with these depositions? Is he going to go in for an evidentiary hearing in the bankruptcy court, case, and say, look, Your Honor, I want a 3-hour hearing to prove that my client has been harassed from her deposition. I want to make sure her deposition is sealed and not made for public content. Like, there's nothing else. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, this, I'm just telling you, if I was the attorney right now in Michelle's bankruptcy case, that's what I would do. But if her attorney's not doing it, like, I don't know his reasons. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but what I'm saying though is how can Shockett even be representing Jeremy if he's a plaintiff himself against Michelle?
Well, because he has a financial.
Jeremy in the bankruptcy, it's only Jeremy, not Shockett.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He has a financial vested interest.
Yeah, and that to me is wrong.
Well, he can do it. I would assume I have not researched the law. I would assume he is a plaintiff.
Well, I know that's a reason why he couldn't be counsel for the trustee.
Okay, well, I would be more concerned about the deposition being aired out publicly. Okay, I'm just saying, like, I would be more concerned about Michelle's attorney asking for a protective order so that her life is not exploited for the entire world to see with a deposition.
Right.
Shockett, I would believe, based on him being a plaintiff in a case, he would have a financial vested interest in what happens financially because he's suing for whatever. And I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong.
But he's not listed as the creditor. Jeremy is, and he's his lawyer for that.
Okay, well, I haven't researched the case law on that. Okay. But what I'm saying is I would be more concerned at this stage that they're asking for Michelle's deposition with the full intent they're going to fucking publish it in every fucking YouTube forum. And
apparently what her deposition is mostly about is somebody holding money for her. Are you ready for that shit?
Yeah. No, but it's just like I said, I don't know. Like, Lisa, I was not a part of any of this. Like, with the money for the barn or whatever the hell is going on. I can't speak on this. Do you understand? Like, I was part of this. I can't speak on this. But
money was never spent for Michelle. Period. The end. That's it.
What I will say.
Michelle's name, Harley's name, John's name. It was not, and everything was done. The barn is not completed because of permits. There's lumber there. Stuff was purchased for the barn.
Here's my concern. As an older mother, which I am, okay, and I have my daughter who's 7, and I'm 49. Okay, fast forward her 13 years to the point she's 20. Add 13 years on my life. Okay, let's say I'm in my 60s, 70s, and say that I come down with cancer, and my whole life, to be honest with you guys, my whole life is not about me. I don't get Botox. I haven't fucking got Botox. This is the biggest fucking joke. I don't get fucking Botox, Lisa. If I do anything, I spend $10 on face tape. Okay, I don't get Botox. No, but I laugh about that.
Video on. That's why I'm laughing.
No, but I don't have the money for that. Nor would
Right.
I be as selfish to do that when I'm in a foreclosure with my own home.
Right.
My biggest worry in life is that I chose to have my children at an older age. Okay.
Right.
And I'm going to be an older mother when they grow up. And I want to know, like, I don't give a flying fuck if I can travel. If I don't buy, first of all, I don't buy designer clothes. I don't do any, honestly, Lisa, I do nothing for myself. I could care less
I
about,
hear
you
ya.
know what I'm saying, do it for myself.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is that my children will be provided for
Right.
when I'm dead. Okay. And that's the biggest thing for me. And the thing that I think when I look at Michelle and John, they're not young parents either, like myself. And I in fact, they're actually older parents, I think, than I
Right.
am, my own
Yeah.
children. And I believe through conversations with John, that they owe their whole sole purpose in life with the turtle sanctuary or whatever they're doing. And whatever they're doing is really to provide stability for their daughter when they're dead. I mean, that's the reality. I'm not trying to like.
I know that's a really big concern with Michelle because she's always talked about that.
Yeah, and
Because of her age, because of Harley. And another main concern too is just all this shit that one day Harley's going to see online. And I know.
Well, I'm more concerned. Like, Harley's going to see a lot of shit, and hopefully, they've raised her smart enough to discern between truth and bullshit. I'm more concerned.
Well, she's living there. She's growing up with them. She's going to know the truth. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I'm more concerned that this couple, who really, if you look at the grand scheme of things, and you look at them, compared to the rest of the world, they're not wealthy. They have
No.
very little. They have very little. But the little that they have, they want to leave to their child. Okay? They don't want.
And you got this idiot germ trying to take and bragging about it. Bragging about it. Oh my God. This one video from last week. Oh my God. Talking about how they're going to lose everything they have. And yet, he's so concerned about this child.
Lisa, does his audience not understand that when he's talking about bankrupting and hurting Michelle and John, he's hurting Harley?
Yes, absolutely, 1,000%. It's all about Harley.
Listen, let's stop for a second. I don't know how old Michelle and John are. I mean, maybe they're in their 60s, or I don't know. They are older parents. They are the only legal parents that this little girl has. Okay. They are trying to get something for their daughter so that when they are no longer around, their daughter can survive. What?
No, I was saying good night for her.
No, but does his audience not understand when he's hurting Michelle and John, he's hurting their daughter? Yeah. I mean, let's if he wants to hate Michelle and John and hurt Michelle and John, they're lucky. I mean, straight up, Lisa, between you and me, they're lucky if they have 20 more years on this earth. Okay? I'm being real. I'm being honest. Let's all be honest. We want to fucking be honest. Let's fucking be honest. They're lucky if they have 20 more years on this earth. They have a little. What?
A lot of us are.
We all are. Mm-hmm. They have a little girl that they have adopted. They are older parents. All they want for their child is to be secure. So every time this flailing, demonic idiot wants to harm Michelle and John, he's harming their little girl. Mm-hmm. And if his own audience can't see that, I don't know what else to do. They're a lost cause, okay? Because it's like, look, like, I'm not one, like, look, you.
Well, in his words, he's protecting the child. He talks about her health issues, which he doesn't know them. Okay.
No.
He knows one thing about her health issues, and he's lying about it, and he's giving like medical advice. and he has no medical knowledge whatsoever. That's number one. Number two is he acts like he's there, like he's on the
front. Lisa, stop for a second. Lisa, stop for a second. It's public record that this motherfucker can't even see his own children.
Exactly.
His own children want nothing to do with him. Why does he give a flying fuck about another family's child when he is abused and it's been court ordered for his own children to not have a thing to do with him?
Right.
How dare this man? How dare this evil, demonic, devilish man?
When his son came forward, the one thing that he came out with was he went after his son, basically stating he has mental issues, and then all his friends turned it around and was like, well, a lot of times it's the other parent that causes this and put things in the kid's head.
Oh, shut the fuck up. His ex-wife was a fucking school teacher. Go read the you fucking minion. No, I'm going to get mad. Lisa, let me get mad for a second.
Don't get mad. Calm down.
God fucking damn it. There's
a therapist report in there that explains it. So how is that coming from the wife? Where do you get that from the ex-wife? And it is also the reports about the whole cheating factor. It's like, and then the other day he's talking about family. It's like, oh my God.
Fuck that fucking hypocrite.
All right.
His wife stated in her fucking divorce papers, this man abused me, abused my children, left bruises on us. How dare this fucking demonic fool sit there and try to fucking open a YouTube channel based on Christianity and character. Any minion, any fucking idiotic minion who listens to this guy is the biggest fucking idiot in the world. You, Megan Fox, I don't know if you're a fucking Christian because you're just a fucking idiot. All of you people claiming to be Christians, look at this man. Go read the public documents. The reason he's going after this family is because he couldn't even see his own fucking children, and he wants to make himself feel better. A lot of
stuff that's coming out, like that he's saying, is all against women. You could tell
he's a fucking sick fuck. He showed me a picture in a fucking storage unit. Lisa, you goddamn got to get this video of me meeting with him in the storage unit. He showed me a picture of his dick. He grabbed my boobs. He grabbed my pants. Oh, no. And his minions go, why isn't she filing against him? No, motherfucker, because it's criminal. I can't file against him, you idiots. It's up to the state to file against him. But we have videos of me meeting with him. You don't want to act like I never met with him, you stupid fucks? You want to act like I never met with him? Go fucking FOIA. You're all into FOIA requests, aren't you, Megan Fox? You're into FOIA requests, aren't you, Tug? FOIA request, Orlando Police Department, Leslie Federigos. Get the fucking video, you stupid hypocrites.
All right. Let's see.
I'm sorry. I'm really fucking mad. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Look, it's real. It's raw. Okay? But yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth. And when this has gone on for so long and someone's calling you a liar and someone's trying to, ruin your reputation and, make you lose your job, your career, it becomes a very
Lisa, this guy is a motherfucking liar.
He's dangerous. He's dangerous to people.
Fucking minions, Megan Fox. You want to be a Catholic, bitch? I was a Catholic. I fucking made every fucking sacrament under the earth, including reconciliation. Go profess yourself, Megan, to a priest right now because you know what you're doing is wrong. And you know you are endorsing a demon right now, Megan. I'm sorry, Lisa. I can't take this. I can't take the hypocrisy of what is going on.
Yeah, he's very dangerous in regards to in just people when it comes to money. It's all about greed. He doesn't care what he has to do to make that money, and he's been showing that for 3 years. And then you have the narratives, and they're all seeing dollar signs too. So that's why they do it. I mean,
yeah.
Megan.
Follow the fucking money.
Follow
people.
the money.
Follow the fucking money. You want to know people's motive? You want to know somebody's motive? Follow the fucking money. Did you know in the last 3 months, your fucking leader, Jeremy Hales, made $130,000 in super chats off his once a week fucking live? Did you know that? All you people on Social Security giving him donations as you are struggling? Did you know, multiply that by four quarters in a year, he's making $500,000 on your fucking stupidity.
Well,
Did you not know that Megan?
Here's another way that he's dangerous. There's certain things that he'll show on his channel, right? That some people may not take as seriously as others, right? And the one thing that came up this past week was the birds and the nest that he moved, and him removing these baby birds out of the nest. And that's a serious, that's actually a crime, And some people are very, very upset about it. A lot of people were actually. It came up in the chat, and as you know, I don't watch his everyday videos, but it came up here, and I didn't know about it, but I did go and look, and he, in fact, did move the nest and remove these birds from their nest, and it's really serious because that's a danger. And people are watching him do these things, and he doesn't have the knowledge. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You can't do what he's doing. And people are going to go and they'll think they see a nest and they can go and move it. And that's dangerous to these birds. You know what I mean? And so like people see what he does and think it's okay to do it. So he's putting out information that's misleading and it's wrong. And like I said, some people may think it's not as dangerous, but the fact is it actually is to these birds, to wildlife, to, you know what I mean? Like, simple things like we're not even thinking about. He's dangerous in those ways too. And it's all just for some type of content, because that's why he put it there.
Well, Lisa,
content, he would never have videoed that and done that.
Lisa, you got the first peg. Who is his audience? We know the demographic for his audience is women over the age of 50 to 80 years old. That's the majority of his audience. Right. You got to ask yourself. And you got to look at their income bracket. If usually they, are they educated? Do they graduate high school? Do they graduate college? Why are they believing this guy? Okay. And the question is,
look, here's the thing. Now the only reason why I know, a lot of Jeremy's shows is because I used to watch him myself. Most of us here have watched him. Okay. Yeah. And throughout the years of his shows, a lot of us have come to realize this guy's full of shit, at one point or another. Sometimes, some earlier than others, some later than others, when people have seen the realization, that's when, they try to, they've kept their eyes up.
Can I ask you?
It doesn't matter education.
Lisa, I gotta ask you a question. Because I look at you as a very smart woman. How in the fuck did you ever watch this guy?
I did watch him, and when I watched him at a time, I watched him at a time when he was just doing storage units, and it was all about. I was watching Steve and Steph, and they did they didn't really do storage units all the time. They did more like they bought pallets. They were resellers, and they did dumpster diving and stuff, and it was quite interesting. And Jeremy showed up in my feed, so I clicked on it one time. So I was watching him, and he was comical. He was funny, But after watching him after so long, you started to see like it was more of a show than it was real, right? But still, I watched, right? But then Lisa,
I'm going to question you. Lisa, I'm going to question you. Lisa, I'm going to question you right now because I think you need to be questioned. Okay. When you say you thought it was more of a show and not real, why did you think that?
Because he was showing more of the actor in him. He's not a good actor. You know what I mean? And it was more. It started becoming more phony to me than it was real.
Okay, stop. I'm going to question you because we're going to break this down. When
Uh-huh.
you say it became more phony to you,
Uh-huh.
why did it become more phony to you?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, basically, his laughter seemed fake. The way he acted was fake. And then one thing I saw him do was he did a video in a storage unit where this woman's husband, they obviously lost their storage unit, and he was doing a restored love thing. Okay, which I had learned came from like he copied somebody else in the restored love. It wasn't his idea. It wasn't his originality, and that irritates me. I can tell you that right now. Um, Being a creative person, it's when someone copies you. I mean, I know it's a form of flattery and everything, but it gets annoying when it's constantly done. And I saw him doing that, but in doing this one video, there was a Harley vest that was found in the storage unit, and he was giving her this family back their storage unit, and he wanted to keep that Harley vest, and these people obviously didn't have enough to save their storage, and even though he can go and walk into a Harley Davidson store and fully buy his own vest, he had to have this guy's vest, which was his favorite vest that he lost. And he paid for it to them. But at the same time, it was like, why did you need to do that? Why did you need to take this guy's vest?
Let me backtrack, because this is coming from me, who knows nothing about, because I don't give a fuck about storage units, and I never gave a fuck about you.
Right.
Okay, so what you're telling me is that
he acts like he cares, and in reality, he doesn't.
No, but let me stop. Let me stop and let me reiterate what I heard from you. What I heard from you, okay, was that this guy, had the power, had the money to pay for this storage unit, but this guy on the other end, right, had his only dignity in life based on whatever it was. That was his only dignity in life. Okay. It wasn't that he would become a millionaire with this. This was basically because this is the only thing that actually truly mattered to him, that gave dignity. And from what I'm understanding is that Jeremy didn't give a motherfucking fuck about this man's dignity. He was going to take whatever he could based on money and power. And basically place this man in a place of losing absolute dignity. Am I right?
Correct.
Okay. So we got to characterize it in what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and because I mean, you got to understand when we're talking about this to somebody like me, who has nothing to do with storage units, had nothing to do with Jeremy Hales. I could give two fucks about fucking rocks or fucking crystals. Like, I don't buy shit like that. Okay, I'm just being straight. Because I know that your channel likes to buy rocks. I know Robbie likes to do crystals. Whatever you guys want to do. I'm just telling you, I don't give a flying fuck about any of that. What I want to know is, despite what you are selling, despite what, say, Robbie was selling, despite what Jeremy is selling, what was the pivotal turn to where you realize this man is not, he's not somebody that I want to hang with? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then he sued Marilyn Raby.
And what was it? Let me ask you before you say this, because I'm asking you questions. I'm asking you questions. What?
He had a warehouse, right? He rented a warehouse. He subletted a warehouse from someone who was working for Marilyn Raby. Okay. Marilyn Raby owned the warehouse. The woman's like 80-something years old, and she wanted to sell the warehouse, but he's in there, right, with all his stuff. So she technically had to evict him, and Jeremy tried to not get evicted and state his case and whatever. And the fact of the matter is,
let me stop.
You're out.
Okay, I'm going to ask you questions because I'm trying to help the content, help everybody's reliability. When she asked him to leave, was he assigned person on the lease?
No, there was no lease. She did not have a lease with him.
Okay, so why was he involved with her if he had no lease with her?
Because the person that was taking care of the properties for her subletted it out to him.
Okay, so it wasn't okay. Okay, let's stop. She had a property. Okay,
Mhm.
it was not a contract with Jeremy. Okay,
No, not
but through
between
it
her and Jeremy.
through
No.
through through a third party, somehow
Mhm.
Jeremy got connected. That's what
Mhm.
I want to understand.
Yes.
Okay, all
Yes.
right, go ahead. Go ahead. All right.
So she had to end up evicting him, and he tried to fight it, and he caused all these problems. Her aunt, he was like throwing stuff out. The niece drove by. He started a war with them. He tried to say that they ran him over. The cops were called. The cops were called several times. Marilyn did lock him out of the building at one point, which technically I guess she shouldn't have done because his belongings were in there. But then the water was turned off and things like that. And he tried to fight it. And even though he did have some real reasons to fight, the reality is the guy's loaded. The guy could have moved his warehouse. He knew she wanted to sell the property, and that's what he should have done. You know, and he should, because he knew he was going to have to go. Look, if somebody owns the property, the reality is, especially in Florida law,
Okay,
anyway.
Lisa, can I stop you for a second? Can I stop you for a
Yes.
second? Okay, because this seems like bullshit, like trivial shit. Let me
Yeah.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a main question.
Uh-huh.
When this whole ordeal, this is me knowing nothing, because you know I know nothing about any of this.
Mhm.
When this whole ordeal was going on, was Jeremy broadcasting this on his YouTube channel, and
Yes.
was he getting donations?
Yes.
That's the main issue.
Yeah. And also, he claimed that she stole one of his trailers, and it turns out the trailer was across the street inside of a building. And he was told that because when the police were investigating it, the guy across the street told the police, and he told Jeremy where it was. And Jeremy contacted him and asked him if he could store it there because Jeremy wasn't able to get it there out of there, which is why Jeremy stopped talking about the trailer. But in the meantime, he did a bunch of videos on going and looking for the trailer, calling tow companies to see if they have the trailer or knew where it was towed to, all kinds of bullshit. But he knew exactly where that trailer was.
Okay,
Okay.
so
And he counterclaimed Marilyn Raby and was suing her for $1 million.
did he report this on his YouTube channel and ask for donations?
Yeah, he was showing it as content. That
Okay.
was like the first court themed event that he showed on his channel.
So basically, what I'm looking at, okay, I'm looking at an elderly woman who owns the rights to her property,
Correct.
and I'm looking at a YouTuber who basically
Exploited her.
a YouTuber who makes money off of hot topics, right?
Mhm.
And so basically, who's really profiting in this whole mix? Is it
Right.
really Marilyn Raby or whatever her name is?
No, not at all.
Getting him off of her property, or is it Jeremy going on YouTube and playing victim?
Jeremy.
You know, yeah.
And then what he did, now listen to me. Then what he did, so he sued her for $1 million, made all this content up, and then was basically told that he has no standing after like a couple of court hearings. And he turns around and tells his audience how he's going to be the good guy and drop the lawsuit against her. And the reason why is because he knew he was going to lose.
Yeah,
He
already knew who was going to lose.
Yeah.
And he's already accepting donations, premise on the point that he needs money for attorneys, right? And
So when you asked me
now,
what turned me off, when you asked me what turned me off, that was one of the things that did, because here what I saw was an 80-something-year-old woman trying to sell her property to get her estate in order because either she could be sick or she feels like her life is coming to an end. She's at a certain age. You know what I mean? And she's trying to get, and he causes so much problems. I mean, there was video of her sitting outside at the property in her car with her family members in the car, meeting up with her lawyer on the property, things like that. And all he did was exploit her.
Yeah.
For content. To make money.
Yeah,
and once he realized he did, Jeremy watches a lot of the creator studio stuff on YouTube and everything. He
Well,
pays attention to the algorithm.
let me stop for a second.
And trust me, he did a trending search, and he saw that bad neighbor stories were trending on YouTube.
Well, didn't
That's
he
what
also
started to
tell
go after.
Rob?
Listen,
Yeah.
that's when he started to go after almost every one of his neighbors in Otter Creek. Okay, he didn't do it in Ohio. He didn't go after his neighbors in Ohio. He went after them in Otter Creek.
Yeah.
Okay, that's when he started doing that, and that's when he was collaborating with Robbie. And Robbie had this he bought some furniture from one of his neighbors, and something was wrong, it shouldn't have been sold or something. So they kind of asked for it back, and Robbie, took care of it, and they just, were nice about it, whatever. And Jeremy was trying to convince Robbie to do a bad neighbor story with him. He was all about the bad neighbors. So
I know because even when I have nothing to do with this, but when I did speak to Robbie and I had a conversation, and he's like, we were on an airplane. Jeremy told me look, I can make my audience believe anything. You know what I mean? The whole shebang, right?
Yeah.
But the question really comes down to is we already know your audience doesn't believe the bullshit of Jeremy. Okay,
Right.
the freaking con artist demonic entity. The question is, how do you take an audience that he has infiltrated, right? And how
Right.
do you make them question what he is saying to them? That is the true challenge. Because the reality is we already know that anybody listening to Lisa's channel is going to understand the con that's going behind all of this. The question is,
the one thing I just ask is people to keep their eyes and ears open and pay attention and make their own decisions on what they think is true. I don't lie here. I debunk all the lies that they all put out on a daily basis from every freaking channel. That's what I do. I'm not posting up all these kinds of crazy lies and stuff like that. I don't do that. I debunk. But if I'm sitting here saying the guy's a moron, he's a liar, he's whatever, they're thinking I'm doing the same thing. No, that's just my opinion of him. Okay? And like I say, I'm allowed to have it. But I debunk them all the time. That's what I do. Okay? And it's like pulling the weeds. I've been saying that since we had a catfish in this community, since we had a penguin. Every time these people are conning somebody or, doing these bad things and it's affecting people in the community, I call it out. I've been doing that all along. And I always stated there's one big major bad weed that we got to pull, and that was Jeremy. And I waited until a specific time to do it. Didn't think I was really going to end up doing it. I mean, it wasn't something that was constantly in my head. But when he went after Guapo, I was like, this was his best friend. Are you kidding me right now? So I just, Can
I say something that's completely all these supporters of Hales that are on, we all know they're older women, right?
The majority of the audience is, yeah.
Yeah, they are on Social Security. They have a lot of time on their hands to get drowned in the drama. The reality is, do you guys not know that when I pulled public records yesterday for Hales and his YouTube channel and how much he has made during the last 3 months, he has made $130,000 in super chats from you women. $130,000 in super
And by
chats.
the way, 69 of those super chats was for a memorial for my dog that died in 2017.
Whatever it was, this motherfucker who files lawsuits, mind you, he is filing. He's filing.
You know it, Leslie. Tori, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? No, can you hear me?
Yes.
Listen. He is filing lawsuits. He is filing lawsuits against these victims, crying to poor me with his audience of women over the age of 50. Okay. Yeah. And he is making $130,000 according to public record over the last 3 months in super chats. Well, you women,
I hate to say that he's making a lot more than that.
Well, all you women are freaking taking your Social Security, giving it $5, $10 off his bullshit.
Is that I've seen comments in his chat that have said, "Oh, I paid you the money. I'll wait." Her cable went out because she didn't pay her cable bill. She's like, "That's okay." She goes, "In 2 weeks, I'll get my cable back."
Yeah, people are fucking
They're like they're giving their last monthly dollar to
to
him.
this fucking con artist.
Yeah,
As he look, cons. I already did the Hodunk Hillbilly series. I knew this truth a long time ago, and it's like you guys are really gonna sit there and fucking on Social Security donate to this man, you
right.
know, in whatever you want to do, whatever context, and it's like he clearly has no issues with money. He's showing you his home. He's showing you his trinkets. He's taking you in front of his home with that's clearly worth millions of dollars. And you guys are seriously that dumb to be fucking suckered? Like, this is why, like, come on, wake the fuck up.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, I want you to know I did not forget something. We are going to add this now. Look, where is it? I have a giveaway I got to do from the other night. I didn't forget. So I want you guys to start putting in your hashtags for this giveaway. Hold on. I look so warm in that hoodie. That blows my mind. And it's like hot in here. Anyway, guys, get your hashtag in. It's called Open Eyes tonight. Opened Eyes. Get your hashtags in for the giveaway. Whoop, whoop. A lady
And
canceled
after
her
this,
camera.
Tori's going to bed.
Yeah.
I got to get
Yeah.
up in the morning. We're taking Ollie's dog to get vaccinated.
Oh, no. Well, that's a good thing. Vaccinated is a good thing. Tori's been so quiet all night. Did you go through all your rocks tonight? Well, some of them I know
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to do that.
I went
She's
through
got
these.
so many of them. So, Tori, what do you think about we've been talking about tonight? Where did Leslie go? We lost Leslie. What do you think, Tori?
Do you really want my opinion of things?
Well, of course we do. We wait for your opinion sometimes. We love your opinion.
Yeah, no, it's.
I mean, do you disagree?
I'm anti-hate.
Right.
That's where my anti is.
Right.
I'm anti-hate, and a lot of people don't understand what that means.
Well, what does it mean to you? Right, John Cass?
It means exactly what it is. Stop hating on each other like that. It's. Didn't your mama raise you better?
Yeah.
That's kind of my thing. Were you actually taught to just attack and hate everybody?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't how I was brought up.
Me either. My mother was all like, well, definitely protect yourself. Like she taught me to be the protector because I had younger siblings, and so it was always about protecting and standing up for yourself, things like that. So, oh yeah, hold on, 1 sec. Oh yeah. So I mean, it was. I feel like I fought hate a lot, because as people say, oh, she says she was always a big girl, because they mocked me when I said I had a swimmer's body. I did have a swimmer's body, but I was always a big girl because I was 5'10" and a half. I was taller than everybody, most of the people around me at the time, but and I got mocked for that, which is why when I told that one story of me having a fight in school with my mom, I'm like, that's my girl, because my dad used to play like mediator, in any kind of, squabble that may have gone on, and not in our family, but like other families or friends or whatever. Um, what? Hold on a second. Anyway, so my dad was like a mediator, and anyway, so but my mom was all about like standing up for yourself and fighting for what's right, you know. And she was a giver, and both of them just with that to me was just very, very instilled a lot of strength in me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think about this crap all the time because it's like, you know, I've been given a lot of information on a lot of people. And it's like I look at the people in their families and wonder if they actually think they make the people in their family proud with their behaviors. Would
Yeah.
you want your mother to know what you have said and done towards other people? Would you be proud? Would she be proud of you?
My
Um,
mom would. I know that.
my mom would.
Debbie's birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
I love that.
Yeah. My mom would be tickled over the stuff that I've accomplished and
Yeah. We lost Leslie somehow.
an offense that I helped build. Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry. I get messages from Leslie. Um,
What?
I was getting messages from Leslie. So, because she's not here. So I was like, what happened? Okay. I don't know what happened, honestly. Let's see. So are you guys getting your hashtags in? Come on, guys. I have to do the giveaway from the other night.
I did.
It was from Tuesday night, actually. I said I would do it on Thursday, but we did the real and raw video, and uh, we never got to the giveaway. So I was like, somebody remind me, but I did remember, and I wanted to do it before it got too late because it's now 10 to 1. So
Yeah, and I got to
I
go to
wanted,
bed because I got to be up in less than 8 hours.
yeah, we've been on for quite a while. But that's a lot of information that we have to go through, believe it or not, so people understand, because you got these other channels that are just lying, and even about the court stuff, which is why Leslie's so good when she comes on here and she explains it well. But you also have to realize she's been affected in a very, very big way, which we all have. But she's right now without a career, and what they've done to her is it's severe, and to
Well, the
have
thing
four.
is, how they were talking about public figures?
Yeah,
When did my grandson become a public figure?
exactly. Exactly. When Jeremy made him one. Actually, yeah, Jeremy did, and then Megan jumped on it. And then
He's an
Megan
autistic kid.
doxed him. Yep. And Megan doxed his address, phone number, everything. For a 19-year-old. A 19-year-old. So everyone has, everybody involved in my channel, everyone that's been involved in discussing the behaviors that have gone on, whether it was Hales or Hales and his minions, because then his minions join in. Anybody that has been on here has been affected in one way or another. They've gone after, myself. They've gone after Robbie. They've gone after Tori. They've tried to go after Kendra. but Kendra hasn't been here. Hello, Nine Chins.
Hey.
Hey!
Where
Oh
am
my
I?
goodness, we've got them
Why am I
both.
invisible?
The team has arrived. Mo Magic,
Hello.
Mo
Are
Magic.
you
Whoop,
sounding
whoop.
English there, Mo?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You did.
So
You
sorry.
better be.
You absolutely did.
Hey,
So,
Tori.
What is up? Hi, Tori.
Hello.
how y'all doing? Out of the
Okay.
dungeon.
Yes, my
Yeah,
fault.
we got a reprieve tonight. Jesus God. Give us a break.
I was sending you guys a link before, but I figured you want me to, just get through all this stuff first, and that went a lot longer than I thought it was going to actually.
That was fascinating. Honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean Leslie's so smart and has so much knowledge, but when you're talking about this, you can see how the passion comes out because of how personally affected we are. You know, you could
Oh
be
yeah.
that lawyer and have that knowledge. Even though she's a retired lawyer, but you don't unlearn the law. That you practiced and educated yourself on for years. You don't undo that, but when you're personally affected by it, you're going to get those raw emotions and you're going to come out and you're going to explain. And why not? Everybody should know what's been done to each of us. Some of us will
Everybody
be
knows what's
about it
been
more than
done.
others.
Everyone
So,
knows what's been done. They're just ignoring the facts, Lisa.
yeah,
They know it. I mean,
yeah,
as I said, your audience knows exactly what you're doing, exactly
yeah,
what you're saying, or exactly what's been done to you. Your audience is fine. It's all
yeah,
the brainwashed idiots from the how do you say it? Idiot channels. Yeah,
yeah,
that'll do.
yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, it's a lot, guys. It's absolutely a lot. And I do come on here, and trust me, sometimes I gotta, you know, go, before coming on and going on my live, because I have my days too, and it's really hard, especially when you're getting sued for $4 million for nonsense, and I mean, I still have a YouTube channel right now to this day. Um, and I think I've been pretty fair about everything and just telling the truth. You
Oh, by
know,
the way, you've never been demonetized yet.
no, I've not been demonetized.
Yeah.
No,
Why?
not yet. Uh, Probably
Because
because
you,
I'm authentic
yeah, pretty
and
much. Yeah.
and I speak the truth and I'm not harassing people, even though they could probably try
Hello.
to. Yeah, yeah,
Just
I'm
trying
not
to
harassing.
just trying to force a point there that
Yeah,
you have never been demonetized. Over 100,000 YouTubers have been demonetized.
right.
Guess what? Lisa hasn't been. Oh, guess who the person that has been? Who's been
Yeah,
demonetized, Lisa?
quite a few of them. I think
Yeah,
Coop
no.
is
Who
demonetized
got
right now.
demonetized recently? He got his channel back within
Oh,
4 hours.
Tug, yeah,
Yeah.
because he's not authentic.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Wait,
and the
he's
only
not
way
Yeah.
he really got
demonetized?
it, yeah,
Oh, he
Tug got
absolutely did.
demonetized for not being authentic, and then he had to go on his Twitch account. Oh no, not Twitch, Twitter X, and he had to get all his people that he've acquired over so many years with Comic Gate and all them to defend him and say he was authentic, which
Yep.
basically to him meant he's a real person behind the screen. But real or not, he's like, go look at his thumbnails and you'll see that
Oh
it's all the
God.
same shit. Yeah, it's all the
I
same
couldn't
shit.
believe that lady on. It was a lady or a bloke on Facebook who said, "Oh, Lisa's changing her thumbnails."
Yeah,
Do you idiot? Wake
duh,
up! You know
duh.
the world's
Look, you
changing.
don't know what's going on. You don't know what YouTube's looking for to keep your channels
Hmm.
going. You don't know. I guess we do. So it has nothing to do with anybody else. I think what they're bothered by is they can't go back and they don't know where anything is anymore.
Oh,
because they're used to seeing certain thumbnails. They think they know what to look for, and now they don't because the thumbnails have changed. Oopsie, that's not my
Oh,
problem.
okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't the reason why they were changed, by the way.
No, it
No
was
way in the
not.
world.
No, that's what they said. But no, that's not the reason why. The reason why is because YouTube's changing, and guess what? You got to change with it.
Yeah,
Agreed.
absolutely correct.
So
Yep.
yeah, and if you don't, they'll eventually take you down. Why? Because technically you're renting space on their property. They're your land.
It was actually, I'll tell you the story. It was actually more the advertisers because
Yeah.
you got no control over who's advertising on your channel. And
No,
so
you
many of
don't.
these advertisers who are paying for that advertising, they were seeing and hearing that they're being published on spam or AI channels.
Right.
And
That's fine.
yeah, they got pissed off with that. And that's why Google's cracking down on it. Because they don't want their advertisers to lose their positions or lose those advertisers. My God.
Yeah.
Wake up, people. Wake
Yeah.
up. Get with the program.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's there's a lot of things changing on YouTube. And it's funny because like these minion channels, they're all like, oh, well, we're going over to Rumble. We're going over to Rumble. Like for instance, here, wait, let me get this one thing up. I thought this was funny tonight. Where is it? So Shizzy got 10 now videos because while I was live, I got an email from YouTube, and they removed another one of his videos. So he's really. Oh, I have to stop this for a second. All right, guys. So remember, it's opened eyes is the hashtag. I'll put it back up, but let me just show this quickly. Where is it?
I actually, Alicia, I actually listened to that song that Richard did.
Isn't that hilarious?
It is. It's funny, but honestly, I think Susie Wisner will take that as his opening song.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. But to me, like, I just think he looks like a geek, And
Well, he is. He is.
Yeah.
He's a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is a post from Shizzy saying YouTube is deleting all my body cam videos like the fragile little bitches they are. No warnings, no real appeals, just mass removing. See that little dot right there? The little dash, rather.
That's AI.
AI.
Yeah.
And up here with the just.
That's AI.
So so he has to go through AI just to put a post up. But I'm over here laughing my ass off. Of course you are, because you don't want everybody to know your butt hurt about it. Good thing I already planned on moving everything to Rumble anyway. Everybody's moving to Rumble because Megan and Tug have told everybody that it's Rumble don't remove anything. Rumble don't take anything down. They don't have to worry about getting struck over there. Well, you're right. You may not get struck, but as far as removals go, yeah, removals will happen. How do I know this? Because I got one of her videos removed.
Oh.
So yes, Rumble will take it down. She's not talking about
Sorry,
that.
I'm not that easily. I'm not always so easily amused.
But anyway, so he's trying to get everybody to go over to Rumble. And here's the funny thing about me, and what I think about this is simply the fact that, dude, your views have gone down just by that 16 series. They're not watching it. So why you're willing to get your entire YouTube channel shut down because of it is beyond me. If something's not working for your channel, don't do it. If your audience is like, he's like the seventh or eighth person who's tried to capitalize on this whole Hale Saga thing. Dude, it's not working. You may find it funny, but it's not working for your channel. Your views have gone down.
Lisa, you are the center. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have this big circle around you of all these people feeding off every word you say, which I think is hilarious. It's so funny.
He's like, oh my God, Lisa, please don't stop doing your YouTube. You're my muse. I'm like, dude, I guess if I'm your muse, your channel's going to get shut down then, because you don't know how to really look at stuff that people are interested in. Like, obviously, we have people that are interested in the Hale Saga because people here have been a part of it. They're somewhat invested in some way. Even if they don't
Correct.
like Hells anymore, they're invested with the outcome. And but Shizzy's people weren't there from the beginning. The same with Megan and Tug. You know, they came in after the fact, you know, and they don't even know the guy's channel well, because they talk about his channel in ways that are not true. Like if you ever watch them, some of the shit they say is just non-existent. Like Megan tells everybody, and she did this whole big, episode on Hales and what Hales is all about. And then he moved to Otter Creek to create what the hell was the word she used?
Stupidity. Maybe
No,
one of them.
Airbnbs and stuff like that. And it's like that is not what he's told everybody in his show, all his viewers why he went
bought
there.
the property because he thought that roadway was going to go through there and he was going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Correct.
He thought that the turnpike was going to be
He
built
told
through
other
there. He
people
said
to
it's a
buy
gold
property so
mine.
they could make lots of money.
Yep.
He told everybody it was
not
a
gonna
gold
happen.
mine and everybody needs to move there. Okay. And then when someone did, he called him a stalker for
Yep.
3 years. Yeah.
Yep.
Not only did he tell everybody to move there, he tried to get Rob, Conky, Guapo. He actually, Robbie and Z walked Michelle's property with him. Okay. He tried to get Guapo to buy it. And he told Guapo not to pay the amount that they wanted. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow, I guess Michelle did. I don't know. Somehow Michelle bought the property in the middle of all that. You know, and Jeremy's pissed. And then Jeremy wanted the mineral rights
He
to the
had looked
property.
at it before.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Jerem, but if you wanted the property, you should have bought it. You didn't. Somebody else got it.
Yep.
That's it. And this is your way of getting the property, and it's cost you, according to
And
him.
Guapo didn't want it.
Yeah, Guapo didn't want
And
it.
Guapo did not want it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because he wanted to, and this is where someone said, well, if Lubetown or Tubetown was created to harass the neighbors, then why was it mentioned all the way back here? Like, I don't know what year it was, but it was mentioned, when they first moved to Otter Creek. It's like, do you know what Tubetown was supposed to be? Does anybody know? It was supposed to be Robbie, and well, I don't know if Robbie was really included in that. I believe he was, but Robbie, Guapo, Rob, Conky, all being there and having a place to come down and film together. That was what Tubetown was originally supposed to be. Not a piece of property. Yeah. Not a piece of property to stick some idiot knucklehead at to harass the people across the street. That's not what Tubetown was supposed to be. Tubetown was supposed to be something. It came up. It was just something they talked about. And they named it Tubetown. But it was supposed to originally be Rob, Conky, and Guapo coming down and filming for each other's channels, just like they've done at the ranch before. And that's what it was supposed to be called. That's it. That's where it came from. Am I wrong, guys? You guys were probably watching at the time. Guapo actually thought about buying a place down there, so I'm glad he got sidetracked with the Hoard House. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. All the YouTubers living there. Yep, that's what it was going to be. That's what Tubetown was. Not fucking Travis, harassing the neighbors across the street with, like, old games laying in a lawn and signs up on a fence that looks like trash.
And a tree that was knocked over a year ago that's still on the footpath.
Yeah, that's still laying there. And not to put cameras up in trees and stalking the neighbors across the street. That's not what it was supposed to be.
Oh my God, did they do that?
Yes, they sure did.
Really? God.
Mm-hmm.
How are they? That's like, wow. It's bordering on perversion.
Telling you. It's insane what he's done, but he's done it, and there's proof to all of it,
Yeah, I think it's multiplied, but now it's not just him, it's multiplied.
Yeah. Plan A Tubetown was supposed to be Preston Cook property. Willis was Plan B. Yeah. Yeah. Well, when things change, you make different decisions, but these decisions were all based on harassing people, and this is that's just. And
The
he got
best
away
thing,
with it for a long time. A long
the
time, guys.
best,
A long
the,
time.
the best thing you ever did, Lisa, was stick up
Mhm.
that fence. And
Oh,
oh
I
my
know.
God, it makes them so harder. But hang on, they put the cameras higher. Oh, sorry, did I just say that? No.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I've got to be quiet.
Yeah. No.
I didn't
That's
say that.
when he really started attacking me was when we put the fence up.
Of
When I
course
started
he
helping
did.
the family, that's when he really started to go after me.
Yep.
And it was like, well, what are you mad because I'm doing opposite of what you're doing? She's got help somewhere, so you're gonna attack me, you know?
Oh,
And then the fence went up, and it's just like you are stalking them driving by every day. Did you not think a fence was gonna be a thought in someone's mind? You know what I mean?
hmm
So I mean, it's bullshit. And he still mocks the fence. Even in the video I was just editing, he called it the turd fence or something like that. I'm like, oh my god, you know. And they think it's not
This
a privacy fence
hang
because
on,
it
hang
doesn't
on.
go on
Yep. It's to
property.
block the
This is the
turds.
man. This is
Yep,
the man that used to shit in a bucket and
yep.
walk it down to
Make
the
his
river
visitors sit in the bucket.
and clean out the bucket and bring back a bucket of water for the next person to do shit in his toilet.
Yep,
Come on,
yeah,
please. Oh my
yeah.
God.
Who had a whole bunch of like roaches and all kinds of bugs in his camper. He talked about fleas and lice, which wasn't even a true thing. And he had all kinds of bugs and stuff in his camper. Apparently the toilets aren't that spicy and nice in the schoolhouse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
that a few
Are
times.
they as bad as the one at the house?
Yeah. I mean, they look nasty, So he's got room to talk, And the thing is, he's got a lot of money. He could be upgrading a lot of stuff in his life so that it doesn't look like that. But if he likes to live like that, hey, that's his prerogative. But who are you to judge anybody else's way of living? You know what I mean?
I'm actually almost positive of this because I know you and Tori spent a lot of time at Michelle and John's.
Yeah.
Was there any problem with their latrine? I'm just saying
Michelle
because
and John?
yeah, did you have to piss in a bucket or crap
No, I
like
did
that?
not.
No,
No, I
that's
did
what I'm
not.
saying.
Yep.
That's what
No, we
I'm
did not
saying.
have to. And we were
And
there a long time.
apparently,
And trust me, I used the toilet quite a few times.
yeah. So then they've got sewage there, big mound.
Mm.
Everyone's already seen it. It's
Mm-hmm.
already buried. It's in the property, and it's plumbed
They have a
up.
brand new septic tank there. Brand new.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sake, when would anyone use a bucket there, and why? Oh, hang on, they had an outdoor shower. I'd love an
Have
outdoor
you
shower.
seen it? It's actually pretty freaking cool.
John loves the outdoor shower. He said even if they had a brand new house there, he would still use it when he does the yard
Yeah.
work. Why bring dirt into the house?
I get
Yeah.
it. I get it. But it's
Actually,
just
guys, I'm gonna-
his what do they call it? A narrative. It's just all this crap that he talks about, and these people believe it. Hey, come to Lisa's and see what the whole story's about. If you don't agree with it, fuck off back to Mr. Hales' fucking platform. Sorry,
Now, guys,
I'm
one of the things that they're trying to claim, and Jeremy's actually said it in recent videos, that their property has no home being built on it, right? So there was no home ever put there, no nothing. What does that look like to you?
it looks like something getting erected.
A home being built?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
on a concrete slab, which is sanitary.
yep.
Yeah.
What does that look
So-
like? Let's say.
Oh,
Just
it looks like a
automatically
half-built barn, but anyway.
Yeah, I just well, let me just let me remove that for a sec. And it's not working. Why? Hold on. Remove. There we go.
Bless
Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's what I was saying, Mickey.
What does that look like? What does that look like?
The same barn going through a
Building.
different angle.
Well,
Yep.
wait a minute. Then what did I go into?
Let me see.
You went into a finished barn almost, except for the internal cladding. Which, by the way, they can actually go and live in that right now.
What does that look like?
A structure.
I have to remember I'm on someone else's show, so I have to censor myself. So
It's after midnight. I dropped the F-bomb here now.
Yeah,
direction.
there's been a lot of F-bombs dropped tonight.
I think I've dropped 10 so far.
What does that look like? Tori, does that look something familiar to you?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I would love living in something like that, honestly. Instead of
I've been in there.
So are they
Tori, have
saying
you
the
been
building
there?
isn't there?
That's the building.
Are they saying it's not there?
They're saying there was no home being built on that property. That's what Jeremy said.
Huh. Well, he's
Yeah.
a liar.
And they were
We know
building
that.
what they call a
Absolutely a liar.
barn-dominium, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah, absolute liar.
Okay.
And this is before the windows were even put in. So, because there were windows put in after this and everything. I don't have pictures of that. I mean, I do have actual pictures of what the barn looks like now, but you guys have actually seen that in videos. But now you're telling me that there's no home being built there. There was never a home being built there. There was never a home there. Well, gee, Germ, I believe you went in through that property and you went through 3 homes that were on the property. And you went through them.
She pocketed stuff that was in one of the buildings.
Stuff. Yeah, you pocketed stuff from the building. They tore down 3 buildings and put that barn up. But this guy has gotten himself so involved in this bankruptcy, and he's lying, okay, in the bankruptcy about their property and what's been there, not been there, what is there, what's not there. And because then, he's got these 2 lawyers, they're somewhat believing a little of what he says. And it's like, hold on a second here. They've been on that property the whole time. They've been living there the whole time. And he's trying to say that when she filed bankruptcy, that she wasn't living in a camper on the property, that she was living in a shed. That's a lie.
Correct. Well,
that's an absolute lie. There was a camper there when she filed the bankruptcy. Okay? And he does not know who is sleeping in a shed, not sleeping in a shed, that he has not seen the inside of the shed and how they're living on a constant basis or not. He doesn't know if they're living in the barn or not. That barn is set up where they're doing things and living in the barn on a daily basis. Okay? Where they rest their head, each one of them, is not Jeremy's business, and Jeremy doesn't know those answers.
Absolutely
he acts
not.
like he does. He doesn't know.
Oh, no, he's just trying to paint a bad picture of this.
Yeah, he can't possibly know. He does not talk to Michelle. George does not talk to Michelle. Okay, he does not live on that property. He doesn't go on that property. He doesn't visit that property. The only thing he does is drive by it.
If he knows where they're laying their head at night, is he like illegally recording their bedrooms or something?
Absolutely.
Because that's the only way you know where someone's laying their head at night.
I mean, he seems to know what's in the one bedroom in the front of the house because he says you could see through the window. Well, do y'all know that that's Harley's bedroom? Yeah. That he's peeking in when he's saying that? That's Harley's bedroom.
8 months ago or something. Yeah, that was a long time ago he said that.
Do you remember when he did Stuck in a Truck? And he did this thing of like me, this walrus being stuck in a truck? Right? Mm-hmm. I know some of you guys have known this, but Tori can vouch for it. It wasn't in my truck. So it wasn't the blue truck.
Nope.
It was actually Tori's car. Right? And Tori can vouch for this. I had a wound on my foot. Right? And I was not even wearing shoes. I was wearing socks. Okay? Because of the wound on my foot. And it was on my left foot at that time, because it's happened twice. But it was on my left foot. And when I'm in Tori's truck, I'm behind her. I'm behind the passenger seat. So my left foot is on the left side, right? So I have to turn a certain way to get it out so I don't bang my foot, right? Now, we were already inside of the fence, right? Inside Michelle's property, okay? How on earth would this guy know that I had any kind of an issue getting out of the truck? How would he know that? He wasn't driving by. He wasn't filming as he was driving by. He didn't drive by. He drove by the first day we visited.
No, he
That's it.
didn't. He stayed away.
He knew who we were when we were there based on Gabe's truck. Because he tried following us out, and then that night I went live and I said that we were over there. Then he realized who was in the blue truck. Okay? But this wasn't Tori's truck. How would he have known that I had an issue getting out of the truck, which happened to have been my foot? But he's thinking because I'm such a big person that I couldn't get out of the vehicle, which is bullshit.
That's what
But
he always
how
said
would
about
he have
Marla.
known that he even said? What he does is he takes truth, little bits of truth, and twists it and manipulates it into a whole bunch of lies and stories and shit like that. But it's not because I was a big girl. It's because I had to get my left foot out. And meanwhile, the door is on my right side.
Yeah, I
Okay?
remember that day you were hugging Harley Grace.
Yeah.
It was a great photo.
Yeah, I love that
Awesome
photo. Yeah.
Yeah. And
That was in my truck, in Gabe's truck.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how does this man expect to just brainwash these people, tell them a different story, they believe it, and then all of a sudden you get attacked?
Right.
Now, I'm not talking about then, I'm talking about then to now.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
has
you're still
cameras
getting-
across the street that he's watching. He watches them all the time. Okay. He has cameras that he watches across the street, and a few of them, definitely one, has audio. And that's how he knows. Tori and I were standing by the fence, the gate, which is right by Two Town. Okay. And we had a conversation on purpose to see if they would say a word about it, and they did, proving
Yep.
that they were recording it, and they can listen and hear. That is one of his moles. He can hear what's going on the property,
Yep.
and that's where he gets some of his information from. That's it. He has no idea. The other day in the video, he said that Harley was 7 years old in diapers. He has no idea if Harley's in a diaper. And it's none of his fucking business. But this is the shit that he's spewing. This is the stuff that he's saying. Continuously harassing them now 3 years total.
Can I say something, Lisa?
Yeah.
I want to say, Lisa's been sending us some videos,
Uh-huh.
quite spicy, about
Absolutely.
the assassination of her person.
Yeah.
And it's not great, honestly. It's not great. And
No.
it's by this, I don't know, what do you call him? Whatever he is. And other people. And the fact of the matter is, Lisa is copying over probably 30 emails a day
Yeah.
of harassment from this channel that's painting her out as this, oh my God, you're so dumb, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to put up an email just so everyone understands
I did.
what
I
you're
did the other
going
day.
through.
Yeah. I showed one the
Because-
other day.
Well, that's what Lisa's putting up with. And Lisa's got the heart, the right. She's doing everything perfectly right. They're all doing it wrong. They're idiots, and they're promoting hatred towards Lisa.
Yeah.
Let alone that is harassment in itself.
Yeah.
To get what Lisa's trying to take them all for.
Yeah,
And-
I showed Mo and Nine Chins the videos that I'm sending over to the sheriffs.
Yeah.
And that's what he's talking about. One video will have 15 clips. I think the shortest one had 7, and that's the one I did today. But I mean, he did a 1-hour video where there was 15 or more clips of him literally trying to trash me, harass me and my husband, and ruin my channel, my reputation, dehumanize me, and my dog who passed away like in 2017. I mean, all kinds of shit.
How
That was
many super chats
1,000%
did he?
harassment.
How many super chats did he raise on your dog's memorial?
Well, the
I think
last
it
he
was
mentioned, he got 69.
69.
I don't know
So
what the actual total ended
he
up
made
being.
69 super chats off someone else's memorial.
Yeah, yeah,
How sick are these people?
yeah, yeah. It's crazy, but
I'm only
it's like
saying this because
they
I
want to
know the recording.
say something about me for all of a sudden now reporting, because now you're seeing these videos are getting removed because I wasn't reporting before. I wasn't. They accused me of it, but I wasn't. There was one really, really bad video that Jeremy did back in January of 2025. It was so bad, I mean, absolutely crazy shit he was saying that it immediately got removed. And I have proof of that. Okay. But it was really, really bad. But other than that, I don't go like reporting these channels all the time. You know, that's not what I do. But what I have done is ever since Jeremy tried to insinuate he was going to do something, something was going down at my house in the Villages with my picture up there, I had it. I was done. I said, that's it. It's time for me to actually take this on.
That's when she put up
Myself.
the thumbnail.
For me.
I've had enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
I
enough.
remember it.
I absolutely had enough. And I said, that's it. It's time. You know, because it was all about what time, you know? I've been dealing with this for God knows how long, and I've not said anything. But I've collected all the evidence for when I do say something. And I decided that was the day. You said you were in my town. You actually showed that you were literally a mile away from my house. And you're saying it's going down and showing my picture. I said, that's it. So I called the sheriff's office.
Yep.
And I did. And now it's under investigation. And I specifically said that it was him and George together who do this on a constant basis. He has help from his employee, Deanna. Okay. I found out this is what they did they were threatening with these FOIA requests. They did request it. Deanna received it. Jeremy paid for it, you know, and they were threatening them before they even got them. And when they did, they bragged about giving it to Megan and Tug, who did in fact show it. So there's the conspiracy right there. And I said, I want them arrested. I think my word for word, I didn't listen to the call that they were showing, but I think word for word, I said, I want Jeremy Howes, Martha George Risk, and Deanna West arrested for this. Because they said you want them prosecuted.
Yeah. Agree.
Okay. And I've been doing that ever since. And since then, we've had a meeting with the detectives. All further harassment was here. It wasn't just me that was harassed. Other people who were harassed were met with the detective as well. And I've been sending the detective over all the stuff on all of them, every one of them. So, and at that time, he had not, no one from Sumter County Sheriff had spoken to Jeremy. Okay. Yet Jeremy made videos pretending to be on the phone with them, telling everybody in numerous videos that Sumter County Sheriff was laughing at me for the reports I made, for the calls I made. Okay. That he's been getting calls and talking to them. Yet last week, he did a video saying, yet he has not heard one word from Sumter County Sheriff. So he admitted he was lying about all of that. Meanwhile, Sumter County Sheriff has seen those videos. They watched his live one time as he was doing it. Okay. But the other thing I can tell you is what the detective told me straight out. Nope, he has not talked to him yet. Put it this way, Jeremy's going to be the last one they talk to. And that's a quote.
Yeah, that's funny, Lisa, because
Yeah.
you know how we just talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's so funny because I've been in the back room with Lisa one night, and this sheriff rang up Lisa.
Yeah.
And she had to go away for a minute, you know, she's got to talk to him. She came back and said, oh my God, this, that, and the other. And I was thinking, oh my God, this guy's just, he's honestly, he's weird. He's a dickhead. I mean, you know, if he's going to do anything, just deny it and just walk away.
Yeah.
But he keeps it up. And honestly, he's digging himself such a big hole.
Well, you know, he removed a video he did last week saying he's moving to Nam and he's going to avoid depots and avoid being
Oh, I wonder
served.
why he did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really wonder why he did that. Because you pointed it out.
I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I wonder, there's so many reasons why he should have deleted that, but deleting it made him look further even guilty. Even if he said it was a joke, dude, you said it. It doesn't matter. Now they know you're a flight risk. Thank you.
Uh,
But keep talking, guys. I have to go to the ladies' room, and then when I come back, we're going to do the giveaway. Okay?
oh, I think that was hilarious, actually.
That's right.
God. Everything he says is a joke, honestly. I know everyone else agrees with that, but, we just got to say it because we know they're recording it. Don't know why, but, they're dumb, so they record it. Oh, I got some content for tomorrow. Yay. Good on you guys. Go do it.
That's
Tori.
about it.
Tori.
They need content, so they
Tori.
have to go after. They have to have Lisa give them content.
Hi, Tori.
Nice.
I can't believe Tori just said what? Oh my God.
Why
Tori,
not?
come on.
What'd you expect me to say?
Hello. How are you, Mo? I say what?
I'm good. I want to know how Tori's doing.
She said my name, so I said what? I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Still hobbling around with this stupid brace thing on my foot.
Oh no.
Really? What happened? I know
Underimpressed
you had.
with it.
I know you had the foot injury. What happened? Did you rip your tendons, or what did you do?
They think I damaged my Liz Frank ligament.
Okay.
It's basically the ligament that holds your toes together.
Oh my God.
Oh, is that why you were talking about big gap toes and everything on your channel?
Yeah, right where your toes meet the rest of your foot.
I'm
Yeah.
looking. Yeah.
There's a
You had
ligament
a
that
look?
runs across there. There's a ligament that runs across there that keeps your foot together. Yeah.
Cool.
That keeps your foot in shape. It's called the Liz Frank. I did not know this until I was at the hospital and they discussed it with me. Yeah, it's called the Liz
Okay.
Frank ligament, and it's a bad thing if you tear it and don't take care of it.
Okay. And you've torn it.
Well, I damaged it. Don't know if it's
Okay. You
actually
didn't tear it,
torn or
but
not.
okay.
The doctor
Okay.
read the report and said he did not think it was torn. The
Right.
radiologist read the report and said he thinks it's torn.
Oh great.
Oh God. That's confusing.
I'm back.
So you had
So
three
I'm
sides of
stuck
the.
in a
Hey,
boot for
Sherry.
a month.
Shush, Lisa. We're talking to
I'm
Tori.
sorry.
Hey, shut up, please. We're talking.
Sorry. Yeah, let Tori have the floor because she's been quiet all night.
Not like your channel or anything. I
Well,
haven't
I
heard from
couldn't
Tori
talk.
for a while. That's why, trying to say hello. And I'm actually concerned about your foot. Tori. Love you,
Yeah,
love your
it'll be
channel.
fine though. I'm doing what they told me to do. I'm staying off of it.
She's not walking up and down stairs or anything, or
Except when I go to bed. But I take it one step at a time, and the boot thing they have me in doesn't allow me to put pressure on my toes.
Okay.
So he
How's
knows
that
that I'm
work?
walking inside the house, but it's only when necessary. I don't have to get up and get anything to eat. My grandchild brings me everything I need. Not
It
because I
sounds like
ordered
it's actually
him
worse
to,
than
but
your
because
knee
he chooses
operation.
to. What's that?
It sounds like it's worse than your knee operation.
Yeah, when I had my knee operation, they were like, "Get up, do stuff."
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
And
You
with
got
this, they're
through that
like,
pretty
"Sit
quick,
down, be
actually.
still."
Good. Okay.
So yeah, so I'm eating 2 baby aspirins a day. They're called baby
Awesome.
aspirins. They're the 81 milligram aspirins
Like cardamom, yeah. I know that.
to make sure I don't get any blood clots.
Mhm.
And I'm wearing this stupid boot on my foot.
Okay.
It is not a sexy boot, not by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, that sounds comfortable as shit.
I had to buy new medical equipment for when I go out because I can't go walking around the store to go shopping.
Oh, God, that's horrible. That's when you
And
see
not all
someone
stores
else.
have scooters.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I bought a scooter. I started out with getting one of the knee scooters. The problem is that my left knee is the one I had the knee surgery on, and it's my left foot that I injured.
Ah,
And when I was
gotcha.
using the knee scooter, it actually bruised my knee. I actually ended up with a
Okay.
big bruise on my knee, so I needed to quit using that. So I got a different kind of scooter. It's it looks like a bicycle. What?
Prayer story, Sherry says, prayer story, I know kind of how you feel. My daughter once tore every ligament in her knee and it was rough.
It's tough. And so I got this one scooter. It's not an electric scooter. It's a manual scooter. It looks like a bicycle almost, except it doesn't have pedals and it has 4 wheels. But it's really narrow. And you sit on it and you scoot on it with your foot.
You got a super chat there, Lisa.
I know,
Yeah,
I just read
she
it.
read it.
I'm sorry, I was looking away.
Thank you.
And so yeah, I had to get more. I just have more medical equipment. And now I've also invested in an electric scooter because I may have to have surgery. We still don't know. I won't know till the end of the month.
Okay, so is just on another level, is the master going to commit to the 10:30 PSA or just asking?
She told me to I set an alarm so that I can remind her to do the PSA about an hour after we start.
Cool. All right. Go.
For you. She wants to make sure she has a schedule for you.
I'll tell her thank you and I love her. It's funny. I love it. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
and I'm not joking about that. It's like she's like,
Really?
I need to have a schedule for night gens.
Honestly, I'd rather about 2 hours later, because first thing in the morning is pretty hard for me. But I'm sure I can come back with some smart ass remark like I normally do.
Right.
You know what? First thing in the morning, it might get your day going.
It might keep me off. Thank you.
We'll see, and if not, we can change it.
I've already set alarms. Don't change the time. God.
Okay, we'll leave it.
All right. Sorry, Lisa.
You're good. No, you're good. You're good. I've been talking all night.
What are
Oh
you
no,
doing?
tease! I'm not gonna put that boot up anyone's butt. I gotta wear it. Certain things you don't get on your boot.
I'm pretty sure you ordered up the doctor's butt just right now at the moment. Yeah. Just saying.
Lisa, have you done that drawing yet? Like, I'm tired. I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up at early in the morning. I'm leaving the house at 9 a.m.
I just popped it up. Guys, if you didn't get your hashtags in, get them in right now. You got a minute. It's 1:37. I'll do it at 1:39. That way we have a full minute.
I got a tiger's eye elephant.
That
I
stone
got a
you
tiger's
showed
eye
me
elephant
earlier.
now.
That fluorite?
That's right, Mickey D. Yep.
My fluorite?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gorgeous.
My tingling for.
It is. It's mine.
Beautiful.
Oh, God, where's the hashtag on the laptop?
Get your
I'm
hashtags
looking.
in. We got 52.
Lisa,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to go to my wall and look at that sphere and tell me what it is.
Your wall.
Well, yeah, the community tab, the place where I make posting and shit. And
Yeah, hold on. Let me see.
I don't know all this YouTube shit. I just
Of course you do.
do videos.
Oh, that looks like Mookite, no? Just a quick glance at it.
Well, that's what it reads, but it's so much of it is not colored. It's white. So maybe it is Mookite.
I mean, just off the
That's what
top,
the app says
the
it is.
first, yeah. When I first look at it, that's what it looks like to me. Is there only one? Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
only
that's
one.
what the app says it is. It
Yeah.
has most of the coloration, but the white part of it that you see?
Yeah.
That's what most of the sphere is.
Is okay? Is the white speckles? Is that flashing at all?
Is it what?
It looks like it has white speckles in it, or it could just be.
Yes, it does. It does have white speckles in it.
I do think it's Mookite though.
And they
It looks
go
more
almost like
Mookite.
those little white speckles look like calcite when I put it, well, except they're yellow. They UV yellow.
But do they flash?
No.
Like
No.
sparkle.
There's no glitter effect in this thing at all.
I think it's Mookite.
Okay. Great.
That's yeah.
I gotta hide it from my husband.
God.
He likes Mookite.
All right, we are
Why?
at
I don't
140.
know.
We are at
Ooh, I'm
140.
having
We
a hot
have
flash.
53 entries. So we are going to draw. Let me get my mouse over there. Okay. Got
I'm
it.
having a hot
Are
flash.
you ready? Here we go. 3,
2,
2,
1.
1. Boom. Oh my God, Tori, I
Roll
just saw
that
you.
beautiful beam.
Twice I saw you. Tease Harper, Pam, John, Tori again. My mama, Bonnie, Leslie. Tease Jams. Tease Jams gets it. Whoop
Why
whoop.
does she always
Geez,
win?
when's the
Oh,
gem? Oh,
why don't
Nice.
I win?
Tease wins a gem. That's so cool. Congratulations. Congratulations.
okay, Hannah.
Awesome.
Hannah sent me a message.
Let's see.
Go
Congratulations.
here.
Please just make sure that I have your shipping address, please. All right.
T James. Shipping address. Email.
What is today's
JuliusPod@gmail.com.
6/14? Oh, I know whose birthday it is today too. I gotta send a message. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
It was actually Edie's birthday yesterday.
Oh, we
You
missed
weren't
Edie's
on.
birthday. I missed Edie's birthday. So Edie, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Any updates on Tiza? Have you had any updates on Tiza, Tori?
Yeah, she's still in the rehab.
Yeah, prayers up for
love to
Tiza.
everybody. She fell again. They
Again?
think she might have sprained her ankle. Yeah. That's what
Oh,
got her there to
man.
begin with.
Right.
They're still postponing her knee surgery. They're in the middle of changing her meds because one of her meds actually is what made her sick and made her fall.
Okay.
But
Aw.
yeah, she's wearing a heart monitor, seeing a neurologist. She has a ankle appointment set up, and she misses everybody.
Aw. Poor thing. Well, prayers out to Tiza. Good night, Sylvia. I just
Good night.
love my thumbnails. Whoops. How do I do it? Wait. Wait. I love these
God.
thumbnails, you guys. These guys do such great work. Mo Magic mostly.
Hey, that's not right.
No, I'm on the thumbnails, but they're both amazing with the videos, thumbnails, everything. I
No more
love the
puppy.
hoodie, Mo. I just love how you're keeping me nice and warm.
Well, it's hoodie weather somewhere, right?
Yeah, somewhere,
Stormy,
just like it's
stormy.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Almost looks
It's
stormy.
Sylvie. Yeah,
Outside.
I said
All you
Sylvie.
need, all you need to go out is go out and get a drink spilled on the front of it. Just don't.
Some iced tea. I might be able to do that myself.
Oh, I
That's
could.
funny.
Yeah, I can make the thumbnails do that.
That's funny shit. Maybe I can get Megan to come and throw some iced tea at me.
I'm just curious why you're wearing a hoodie. I wonder what's going to happen in the future.
I don't know. To keep myself warm and cozy, I guess. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
a good
It's
plan.
all about the hoodies, you know.
Man, absolutely.
Almost like a storm's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a
She's
storm is
prepared.
coming.
She's prepared.
I'm prepared. Yeah, a hurricane.
I'm just actually wondering that do these other people know to be prepared because it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
It's
Just saying,
gonna
it's going to be huge.
be huge.
Huge.
It's a deal. I'll tell you that.
That's what she said.
Thank you,
Told you,
T.
Mike.
She has been a gem to me, and I absolutely love that one.
Not that blessed.
Yeah, I'm blessed.
Yeah, I'm
You said-
not.
Okay. Hey, little bit. It's 90 degrees. No hoodies till October. Yeah. Well, sometimes it does get a little chilly.
Yeah, it's 94 in the villages, but you still got to put it on a hoodie. I'm telling you.
Hey, my house is run at 70 degrees, okay? My house is always cool. Except for last week when we had the AC guy come here to tune up. He showed up. I didn't even know he was coming. But he showed up and my AC is fine. But he's just gonna check it, make sure everything is good, little tune up, whatever. He leaves and about an hour later my house is like 85 degrees. I said, what the hell happened? And you better get your butts right back here. I'm like, everything was fine until you showed up, and all of a sudden my AC's not working. And what happened was when they were doing part of the tune-up, whatever they did, they had shut the breaker off. And when they left, they didn't turn the breaker back on. Yeah. So, but they did come back, but I made a stink about making sure they come back because a lot of times, they won't. They'll put you on their next available appointment, and I wasn't waiting. I said, oh, no. I said, you need to make sure you're back here. This is Florida. You don't leave people without AC, especially being that, you came here, there was nothing wrong with it. And now there is. So they did show back up and take care of it. But I was really like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's going to get really hot here. Oh, my God. Trust me, when you're out in 90-degree weather and when your home starts getting hot like that and that outside air that like is just stiff and there's no breeze going through it, and then your home doesn't have that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And when I'm in the garage, I have a portable AC in here, but it still doesn't cool off as much as it does in the house. And I also have a fan blowing too, and you still feel that stiff weather. Oh, Tori, you're gonna feel it. Tori doesn't normally come down here during this time. You're gonna feel it.
No, I don't. There's a reason for it.
You're gonna feel it.
Okay. And the reason is?
Like the heat.
Oh,
It's
God.
180. You know what? Our feels like today hit 100.
Wow.
We hit over 100 today. Feels like we were in the upper 90s.
Wow. James Harden got arrested. What was that? I guess James Harden got arrested for what I don't know.
Who's James Harden?
Basketball player. He's on the Cavaliers.
Meh, meh.
I thought it was your Bond
I
star.
went. Well,
Now,
it just. I went to look at what the weather was, and when I clicked on the weather, a whole big news thing popped up on my screen, which I don't like, but it always does. And even though I shut it off, it still keeps coming back. But it is 79 degrees here right now, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning. So strange, huh? I don't like that. I like it to be cool at night. You can be hot during the day, fine. I'll deal
what
with it.
temperature is it, Lisa?
What?
What is it right there right now?
79.
It's 76 here.
Oh, so it's pretty much similar.
It's-
Is it
the same.
humid though?
I
Is
live
it
in
humid?
Georgia. Of course, it's humid.
Yeah. There
Always
is, when
humid
you're
in
coming
Georgia.
down 95, there's a certain spot in Georgia, right? Where when you get past that area, all of a sudden, like you breathe in that humidity. But like North Georgia, it's different. And I don't know where that spot is, but it's on the East Coast. It's in 95, off of 95. And I've never been able to find that spot where it actually changes. But it does. There's a big difference from northern Georgia to southern Georgia, where that humidity just.
It's like when you go to the Gulf Coast
Mhm.
and you're heading down, you hit a certain point and you can taste the salt in the air.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And some people don't, it's like I had some, oh, no way. And I'm like, oh, yes way.
But that's what I wanted to
Taste
do. I wanted to
the
move
salt.
out of the humidity part. I wanted to go somewhere above Georgia. It would have been weird, honestly, me living anywhere else besides on a coastline, because California, New York, Florida. It would have been weird for me to not live near the water. I was always like within 10 to 20 minutes of the beach, right? So I had no idea where I was going to go. So I was like, all right, well, we just got to get above that line in Georgia. I don't care where it is, but it's got to be above that area because that's where it's less humid. It's just got to be. I don't care. South Carolina, North Carolina. Let's find a place.
Well,
And
you
to me,
failed. You're in Florida.
yeah. Well, I stayed in Florida because of all the stuff that went on with COVID. Everybody was shutting down, and Florida wasn't, and or not as much. But then we came over to the villages, and we saw it, and there's a lot of work for Gabe. Robbie was right here. So I was like, well, let's try this. My next stop, if I'm going anywhere else, was going to be outside of Florida, above that line. But I don't think I'll forget that when, shit was hitting the fan, Florida didn't really turn everything off, where a lot of states did. Which you can look at it as good, you can look at it as bad. But in a sense, it did take away people's freedoms, but, did it have to be done? Yes and no. Who knows? I'm not going to even get into that debate. It's just that I didn't like it. And I literally did just want to get out of that humidity thing. And what's weird is that over here in the villages, you feel it more because you don't have that ocean breeze hitting you. So you feel the humidity even more. So I moved to some place that was worse. As far as what I was looking for, but everything else is great. Everything else is great. So,
That's the birds.
I know the change in Georgia hits like it does. Because anytime I've ever driven down, I always end up having to get gas somewhere in Georgia. Because Georgia isn't a big state that you have to drive through. It's like 100 or something miles, maybe, right? But you're driving through South Carolina, North Carolina, and somewhere in Georgia is where I stop. And so, I think, right before South Carolina ends, we would get gas, and then the next time would be like,
you're not going to get it. How are you getting to Georgia before South Carolina?
Coming down from up north.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
If you're coming from New York, you're going to go through North Carolina, then you're going to go through South Carolina, then you're going to go to Georgia.
Yeah. No, I was kind of backtracking when I was saying that. Is like we would stop to get gas somewhere like halfway through uh, South Carolina, and then we'd have to get gas again in Georgia, right? And it's usually pretty
Okay,
close to
because I was trying
Florida.
to figure out
Yeah,
how
I
you
was
were going
backtracking.
to.
Yeah, I was
You had
back
me
when because I
backwards there,
mentioned
Lisa.
Georgia first, so I backtracked. But it was somewhere towards like the end of Georgia that we would get the gas, and it was like, oh my God, there's just a spot in Georgia somewhere. I don't know where this spot is. I gotta find it. Good night, little bit.
Night.
It's the longest state in 12 hours. Wow. Yeah, and then once you enter Florida, it would take like 5 hours to get where I needed to go. Florida's a pretty big state.
I thought Georgia was just above Florida.
It is.
It is.
Ah,
Yes, I confused people when you said it. I was backtracking because I was
okay.
coming from the other way. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah.
So, and like sometimes even if we stopped at south of the border, like the beginning of South Carolina, I was still having to get gas. Probably in the beginning of Georgia. So I never know where that spot is. I never know.
I'm getting you.
If anybody knows, please let me know. But it's crazy. Anyway, guys, it is 2:00. It's 1:54. Tori needs to go to bed. I know all you guys want to be able to go to sleep and get up. I know. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your weekend. Tomorrow night is Sunday Fun Day. I think Rich will be coming on with me and Robbie. And I don't know. We'll see what goes on. Because that tongue is flapping now. He slowed it down. He's trying to hold it back, but he hasn't been. And so we'll see.
Say goodnight, and I'll miss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you more. Okay.
Anyway, guys, I want to thank Leslie for coming on, Tori, Mo, and Nine Chins. You guys are absolutely
Isn't this
amazing.
weird? It's so weird. I don't think I've been on your channel that much.
No, you don't normally come on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so great to have you here. I was on your channel this morning.
Yes, you were.
Mm-hmm.
And Gabe did an amazing presentation.
Yeah.
That was fun. We
Yeah, he
won't
came
talk
home
about
from
it.
work while we're live. He went to like give me something, and I'm like, I'm live. He goes, oh really? I'm like, the camera's on. He's like, oh okay. So he just sat down and started babbling. It was funny. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And then I had a really good afternoon actually. I actually had some great conversations today, and I'll tell you, there's amazing people out there, you know, and we have amazing people here in the community and everything. You guys are all amazing, and I appreciate all of you in more ways than I can even show. And I just want y'all to
Leave a
know.
comment. Leave a comment if you're watching.
Yeah, guys, leave a
later.
comment.
Leave a comment.
Leave comments after the
Any
video is
comment.
over. Yeah, tell me you hate me. I don't care.
Yeah.
Leave a comment so I can go back, you know, and we can talk when I'm not, live or anything. And just, you know,
Leave a
commiserate.
joke for Gabe.
Yeah.
Give him a daily joke. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Gave a
Give
tidbit.
Dave
Gabe will
Dave
respond.
a daily joke. That'll be awesome.
Yeah. Gabe will respond. He loves that crap. And I say it like that because when he does, like,
And then
you
Lisa will have to listen to all his dad jokes he learns.
Yeah.
Oh, that story. God.
No, when I say like he loves that crap because he's always on like Facebook, and he just loves commenting. So if you get Gabe in comments, he'll definitely talk to you guys, and he'll start going. So it'll be fun for him too. But yeah, and he wanted to come on tonight. I mean, he was here for a little bit, but when we first started, we went pretty much right into all the legal stuff, and Gabe just like sat back and like just watched, and finally went to bed. But yeah, so guys, thank you so much for coming on. Have a fabulous evening, guys. I know some of you are probably going to sleep, but I hope you have a great day tomorrow. And come back tomorrow at 10 o'clock. We'll be here with Sunday Fun Day. Gabe, Robbie, Rich, hopefully. I think Rich is coming. So, and you know what, guys? If you guys want to come on again tomorrow night, come on, because we didn't have a lot of time to talk with you guys tonight. Mo mentioned. And Tori's always welcome. So, but I know Tori works and Tori goes live and stuff, so she's busy on Sundays now. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually
Anyway,
get
guys.
sleep a little more now.
Yeah. You weren't sleeping a lot when you were doing all that and being on the show and stuff. It was a lot.
Well, she said 47 words tonight, so she got something. in
Yeah,
there.
she wasn't
That's
saying a
my thing.
lot. But, the conversation kept going with the legal stuff because Leslie was explaining a lot tonight. So, that's good. I'm just glad Tori was hanging out. The whole, body doubling thing? Tori and I are good at that. Tori and I are good at body doubling.
Yep, I played with rocks.
Yep. Yeah. We can
Yeah,
literally,
Lisa pictures of rocks.
yeah, we can literally, she could be on one end, I could be on the other. We're not even saying a word. We're just doing stuff. Total body doubling.
Oh my God,
You know what that is.
Man, Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what
Marsha and
that
I do that all the time.
Yeah. I
Marsha
do it
will
with
call
Robbie
me
as
because
well.
she needs to get something done.
Uh-huh.
And because
Yeah, I
if we're on
do
the
it with
phone,
Robbie.
she'll get it done.
Yeah. We'll both be doing something. We're just talking, and I'll be like, "Oh shit!" And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, this happened." And he's totally doing something different. His head's in a totally different headspace. But that happens with all of us. We body double a lot. We keep each other company while we're busy. It's fun. You guys try it. But anyway, you guys are awesome. Thank you again. Prayers out to everybody who needs them. And come back and see us tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. And don't forget, Tori's going live tomorrow at 5:30, right?
Yep.
You've pretty much you've
That's
been
the
pretty much
plan.
keeping it 5:30, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I've been trying.
And
Yeah.
PSA time. PSA time.
Uh-huh.
Tomorrow.
Oh, you're not going to do a little dabble with the dingy-lingies and stuff, are you?
Who, me?
Always do.
No, 9
I'm a single man. I can do whatever I want.
Okay, what's your PSA for tonight?
Mine. I'm talking about Tory.
Oh, so we were talking.
We don't have
Tori don't do
PSAs.
PSAs.
No, Tory just thumbs up. I've seen it a million times. Pretty awesome.
Fondle Lisa's jingling.
Oh my God.
God.
On that note, no, she didn't. On that
Yeah.
note, good night, guys.
Bye. Yeah.
Have
Oh
fun.
my God.
See you tomorrow.
Okay,
We'll talk
bye.
to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. Ta-ta.
Bye. Bye.
See ya.
Are we there yet?
Toodaloo.
Are we there yet?
What, Tori? What, Tori? What, Tori?
Toodaloo.